Hello, everybody. Welcome to Casual Cactus. We are back from our 1 week hiatus. We did have a little bit of unfortunate personal business to take care of, but we are back. We're going to have a lot of fun. The whole gang is here. Yay! And we are ready to continue with our adventures in Omu and trying to battle the death curse that has fallen upon the world. There we go. Our regular announcements, if you're new to the channel, we do put all of our back episodes onto YouTube. I think we've already put that through the chat, but you guys can go back and check on that. We've got all of the back episodes. We've got a few other extras that do not connect directly to the campaign, and we're putting more and more stuff up there all the time. And normally at this point I would make an announcement about recaps, but they haven't happened yet, and it's become a running joke, and I'm just not even going to go there right now. We do also have our Discord server up and running. It's our happy little dungeon. All kinds of fun stuff that are promoting some of the other streamers here around the table. We've got Kyrie and Danny that both do creative streaming. We've got Nate that is eventually one of these days going to start doing some retro gaming. And we've got Braden who
did 2 streams.
He's done a couple of streams, and I'm so sad that I missed both of them, but apparently they're really, really funny, and he's going to continue to stream.
Eventually, yeah.
Eventually. So,
eventually, I'll figure
so out. Yeah, so we've got those up there for you guys. We've also got an in-player section, so if you've got a role-playing character, does not matter what system it's from or anything like that, there's a little section on there that is our in-character tavern. Your characters can show up, can interact with some of the other characters. It's heaps of fun. Heaps of fun, so check that out.
I'll start keeping better track of that, you guys. My apologies, last week was crazy.
Yeah. We've been a little bit distracted around here, but
waiting on people to come and talk to me.
I'm sorry.
So we've got that up.
Well, no one
up
said
and
my
running.
name right, so
we've got that up and running, and so go check those out. It has been a couple of weeks, and I know we were missing Lance. I think everyone else was here though.
I think
Yep.
so,
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll go to our polyhedral random number generator. For those of you who don't know, that's just a regular 6-sided die.
4.
3. Kyrie,
yeah.
if you would give us a
So,
brief
let's see.
recap of what happened last time.
I don't know if I took notes last time. I don't think I
Oh
did.
no!
I
Which
never
is okay.
do.
But hey, I'm pretty good at remembering things.
We got a cube.
Yeah. Okay, so
Secondary
we
cube.
oh
That's it.
look, I have them.
All
So
I turned into a Borg.
we got to Omu. Yeah, so we were in Omu. So Sploof had Hemorrhoid transform into a bird. I think.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. Sploof had Hemorrhoid transform into a bird and try to find a similar building to the one we were in. So, since we are searching for the cubes that Bright Giggle had told Bright about. But she doesn't really know anything about them except there's 9 of them. And so, and they're like different animals. Anyway, and we're not sure what they do either, but so we had already found 1 cube. But we were searching for another one, and Hemorrhoid, so he saw a building, and then one of the gargoyles killed him. Yep.
Presumably.
Presumably
ate
one
my
of-
bird.
Yeah.
Something ate my bird.
Something ate her shape-shifted, rat that was a bird. Anyway, so we decided to travel to this other building. We got there.
I also would like to remind everyone that we did find out that the giant T-Rex feather thing could cast Misty stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that did have. Yeah, while we were traveling to the building,
I don't want it.
the T-Rex appeared, ate some kobolds, and then disappeared again.
Just
So-
that's more to remind the group that we know
Yeah.
that the T-Rex
So we
can
saw a
teleport.
giant feathered T-Rex. That's just one of the many things in Omu that
We don't
probably we don't that might kill us. So this is just a city of things that want to kill us, basically.
Continent.
Continent. Well, yeah, continent. I mean, but Omu especially. There's
Freaking
just
tired of
it's like
continent.
it's concentrated. So
Yes.
we got to this building. There was a statue of a monkey, right?
Yes.
Yes, there was a statue of a monkey. There was like a relief carving. There were 5 entrances, and so one of them entered into the center room with the statue, and then the other ones just looked in, and they were each different animals. So
There's a story that went with it.
there was a story. Sploof once again sent Hemorrhoid out to go, because we don't know the language, but we were able to find I'm not sure what it was.
We found a tablet that was
So it was like a
basically kind of
like
a newsletter.
that was on the ground. Yeah, that was like an announcement. Proclamation. Yeah, a proclamation. And so Sploof was able to use this and eventually translate, along with all his other rubbings that he'd taken of various language. So he eventually translated, and so there was a story about, and then there was a puzzle that we had to solve.
Understatement.
Yes, there was a puzzle from the story. And we had to figure out who was the friend, and then that one
Pit
we
water.
had to pour
After
water
several
on.
hours.
Yes,
Yeah.
after several hours, and then
Figured it out.
we figured out, and then we poured water on the corresponding limb of the monkey statue. And then once after that, so there was a voice, and it said
Yeah.
either curse your friends
Oh.
or
Fight.
Or fight.
fight. So,
Next.
Obvious
Nick's
choice was
decided-
forsake.
Nick's decided that we were gonna curse our friends.
Grabbing one.
But luckily, most of us made our saves, except for Meyer.
Except for Meyer.
Except for
Of
Meyer.
Alas.
But it was only people who had looked in through the masks.
Who?
Yeah,
That's why you
that
said
had to
people
make their
do that.
saves. People,
Luckily for Meyer,
yeah.
Clara came prepared
Yes.
to remove curse.
But he
Yes.
did turn into a boar.
He
So
did. He
that
did.
was exciting.
You filthy
Yeah.
pig.
You
Mm.
filthy pig.
And then we
Oh,
slept
we're
for
just-
the night.
That's just,
One additional note: the
Yes.
reason. I still feel bad.
Oh my gosh.
Hemorrhoid did go out and find the key to the
Yes.
language thing, but also Meyer ran after an elemental that
Oh,
had his
yes.
crystal.
Yes,
and I
and
ran
he
after
found-
Meyer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I got my
And
crystal
we
back.
all,
Crystal
and then
back.
we all stayed, and we're like, okay, if you guys want to go run off, then that's fine, because we're terrible. Okay,
We
anyway.
spend the night and it's morning.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
Not
spent
quite.
the night.
But.
But
Was there a but? I don't know.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
there was
There
a but.
was a
Oh,
bus.
yes,
there was a
yes.
but.
So
There was a
after we solved
I don't
everything, then we decided to spend the night in the temple.
Was there a butt?
I believe there was.
I think there was.
Oh yes, there was a butt.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yep.
Whose butt?
I think some people.
I
have
believe it's going to
conversations.
yours.
I think.
Because I believe you were
maybe-
last watch.
I don't know. I don't
I don't
remember
remember.
if
I
our
remember what the butt
conversations.
was. I didn't write it down.
I didn't write it down either.
That's okay.
But
Yeah.
I
yes.
now remember the butt.
Okay.
I now remember.
But yeah, there's your recap
Yes.
from
Jokes.
last week.
Insert butt
Oh,
jokes
and
here.
we got a cube.
Yes.
Also.
Yes.
Yes.
So do you have both? Of
I
the-
have both of them.
You
Yeah.
have both.
Yeah.
of
So
them.
I have them in my bag of
In
holding.
the bag of holding.
Yes,
Okay.
in the bag of
Very, very good. Because that was going to be my question. Is I know there are little slips that show you
Yes.
guys which cubes you have, and I could not remember
Yes,
who had.
I have them,
So,
so they are safe.
excellent.
Yes, they're in this pocket. It's great.
All right. So, which
Don't
so
ask us to remember.
I believe I was on last watch.
you're on last watch. Bright Paw was doing her thing. Who was going to do the thing? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
oh
took
yes.
part of that. That's
Yeah.
Oh
right.
yes, we
That's
did. Okay,
right.
we
So,
did. So yes.
Shenanigans, guys, and we'll
Um,
leave it at that.
yes.
Until it
Shenanigans.
comes out.
Yeah.
Morning dawns.
Yay.
Yay.
The next morning of the death curse. You are now on day 41.
Down another hit point.
Down another
Oh yeah,
hit
so
point.
day 14 of the reset.
We're down 14 hit points from the reset. All except for Clara, who has not yet died and been resurrected.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Not yet.
Lucky.
Although at the moment, if you died, you could not
Say at the
be
moment, not at
resurrected.
all.
Yes.
So for breakfast, if everyone would be alright with it, I will cook.
You can cook?
Or
I have
if you're-
the
Yes.
list of my herbs that I can use for the party to make breakfast.
I like
After
herbs.
which we will be back to bland food.
Yeah, I would suggest not.
I could
We are
cook.
really close to the big thing, and that probably can smell.
I mean, I imagine there are lots of lovely smells in this city.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm sure
but-
there are. I'm sure there are more interesting smells.
I like herbs.
If you would not like me to, I will not.
Gideon, give me a perception check, please.
That looks good from here.
It is good.
Ready my dice.
21.
Okay. You catch Katarina rolling out of Azaka's bedroll.
Wait, what now?
Ah, Gideon's sister.
Katarina and Azaka.
It is Zaka.
Dang. I missed a thing or two.
Alrighty then.
So did
So-
fire.
Apparently.
Yeah,
Sleeping her way
Jab
through
and
troll. That's
twist.
not a bad way to go.
true.
Sleep with the strongest.
Sleep with everything. Yep.
Hey.
Just FYI.
Just a little
Maybe
twist
she
of
just
knife.
swings both ways.
I mean, clearly.
Well, how much was Pyre really able to do for her?
Let's not get into that
Oh.
magic. Let's not get into that dark magic.
Yeah, he was
Anyway.
dead.
Moving on.
Technically, all is right.
Moving on.
Not like that.
If you would not like me to, I will not. I will not do this. But it is up to you. I personally am not a fan of the bland food that I can make.
I like good food.
I don't know that it really matters if it's
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Right,
If
now, like, there's
We're
a
gonna die,
T-Rex
we're
on
gonna
the-
die.
If nothing
around
else, we
the
have a
corner
really good
or-
last meal.
down to the
Exactly.
road.
If
Exactly.
we're gonna die, we're gonna die.
Right. So it is going to be a very, very spicy stew.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I like this. Excellent.
Hey, Spoof. while that's going on, perhaps you could send Hemorrhoid to look for other shrines.
I can do that. Hemorrhoid pops up onto my shoulder because I don't think I've recast him yet.
I don't
Nope.
Nope.
think.
Yep.
No, wait, you did.
Yeah,
Because
you
Did I?
did.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah,
I sent
you
him out for
have
the
to,
thing
you
about.
found
Yeah.
the stone.
So yeah, so my little rat, I just kind of look at him. You heard the man. Go. And set him loose to try and find what other temple-y things we can find.
Okay.
As a rat?
Yeah, because the
Okay.
bird
It
was.
seems, it seems
Okay.
safer
Yeah.
than the bird.
Because the
Alrighty.
bird did well last time.
Kobolds eat.
Everything.
They can find it.
Charisma is close to.
All right. Go ahead and make me 2 rolls for Hemorrhoid.
Okay.
A stealth roll and an
Do I have to find hemorrhoid now?
investigation roll.
Hemorrhoid. There we go.
Anybody
His
else
stealth-
doing anything else?
Once breakfast is prepared, I would like to again familiarize myself better with the cubes.
Okay.
Keeping watch.
Keeping watch.
I'm gonna make sure my new spider eggs are okay.
12 stealth, 15 whatever.
Investigation.
Investigation, yes. I'm glad I got a 19 because he had a -4.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Apparently he is not very investigative.
Well, he's a
bad.
rat.
So
So.
Uh,
Okay. Make me a perception check for yourself.
For me?
And for
alright.
Lance.
23.
23. Okay. And animal handling for you. Miss
Has not
Nix.
crushed the egg. Claire just reaches over. Oh, an egg for the stew. Crack.
And Clara. Arcana check.
yeah, it's not
23.
supposed to be that good.
Okay.
8.
You're lucky she
Okay.
didn't hit you.
No, I'm sure.
All right.
You'll be down one party.
Anybody? The rest of you guys doing anything else? Elias? Anything?
don't.
Yeah, you don't
not
have to. I'm just asking.
I'm just waiting for the
not
spicy
anything
stuff.
in here. There's other stuff I
Other
want
stuff-
to do,
other
but I
stuff
can't
to
do
do
it
later?
here, so.
And you're just waiting on breakfast.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the good stuff.
Bright, you got anything going this morning? Anything
I
in
don't
particular?
think so.
No?
Not
Okay.
that I. Yeah.
Okay, so
That's fine. That's fine. All right. Clara, you're spending a little bit more time with the cube. You still don't seem like you're quite sort of tapping into whatever it is you really need to, because now that you have 2 of them to compare, you do realize that they are slightly different.
Right.
Slightly different stone was used. Obviously, the different carvings in each of them. There's nothing that you can tell. Well, hang on. Let me. Before I say that, I don't think. Oh, yeah. Okay. Never mind. I was going to say something that was wrong, so
dare
I won't say that.
Practice himself.
But they are slightly different. So you get a sense that knowing one or even 2, not necessarily going to give you
Right.
insight into the rest, but you can absolutely continue trying. The eggs seem like they're doing perfectly fine. Or the
One
egg.
egg.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
the egg,
The
okay.
egg seems like it's doing perfectly fine. Still seems like it's a little bit early in its development. So you estimate you've probably got another 3 or 4 weeks before it's ready to hatch.
Unfortunately, you'll be dead by then.
Maybe.
As far
I'll send you a
as
picture.
keeping watch, the sounds of the jungle, you know, come to life in the city. So you're starting to hear more of the daytime animal sounds with you. You catch kind of off in the distance the heavy footfalls that you've learned to associate with a
Big boy.
particular Tyrannosaurus. and it seems to be heading off towards the amphitheater. Beyond that, you're not seeing just a whole lot from where you are. You guys did sort of close off things so that it's harder to kind of see out, but you're able to catch that at least. Okay, let's see here.
It's never closed though.
We're
It was
still
a
there.
ruse. Or it would have closed.
Yeah, it might have
It,
closed
pro-
if
it
we.
probably would have closed if we
missed
had
out.
done the wrong hand or something.
Oh,
Or
wait,
maybe
Trapping
we had
anyone
to-
who was inside looking
Yeah.
through or
we
whatever.
had to fight
Or
If we had to
yeah,
fight,
if we had to fight
yeah. I'm sure it would have closed.
So, which direction are you sending Hemorrhoid?
Well, I have to remember where the. Oh, thank you. Yes. So we are currently in that little temple thing right here. So I shall send Hemorrhoid south. Down, like, along that main drag to our. If we're facing south, it would be our right. But not on the actual pathway.
Okay. Alright.
Kind of to the side of it where a rat might not be seen.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. So you send Hemorrhoid off down the street, or to the side of the street,
Please don't get eaten.
and he's, you know,
As
it's-
if you had a choice.
he's trying his level best to stick to the shadows wherever possible, and to stay out of sight. He does catch sight of, he does catch sight of the little red, scaly creatures that you sort of looking through his eyes recognize as kobolds. They don't seem to notice him. They're going about their business. In fact, he actually kind of trails a couple of them down the street about halfway, and he watches as they pause for a moment near a building, sort of look it over, look to see something, and then move on. They go about another 40 or 50 feet. They turn the corner around the building, and they're out of sight for maybe 5 seconds before they come running back around, scrambling out of the way of something.
Well, this looks promising.
Following closely on their heels are a couple of red-robed humans with magic wreathing them, and they fling spells at the kobolds, catching both of them in the back and killing them. One of them looks toward Hemorrhoid,
Oh.
Oh.
nudges his friend, nods at
Yep.
it,
Yep.
and winds up to cast a
MFO.
spell.
Running, running, running!
GTFO. GTFO.
Yep.
Yes, GTFO. Hemorrhoid is going to GTFO.
Are you just going to snap him out, or is he going to be running?
He's going to be running.
Now, time out real quick. You do realize you do have an ability where you can teleport him back to you, right?
Instantaneously.
But
Well, the problem with that is
they'll know.
then they'll
They
know.
I think they already know.
I think they already
When they
know.
kill
Why
it, it will
else would
poof
you
into a
yeah.
puff of smoke, and that's it.
Why else would you cast a spell at a rat?
For the fun of it, because they're douchebags.
Well, yeah. I mean, it is a rat.
I mean, would they really need to cast a spell at a kobold?
Hey, look, it's
All
a
right,
free 10,
I will
10
give you the
XP.
choice. You can either have him roll a dexterity save, or you can flit him out immediately.
GTFO.
Do you have enough to recast him if you lose him?
That's a fair point. I'll just pop him out.
Okay. So okay.
They're on to us.
Oh dear.
They found our drone.
Yes. I may have oopsed.
Oh, surprise.
Explain.
Well, and I just like kind of paint the picture of all the stuff that you just said. It's like, so I kind of just poofed him out of existence.
And how far was Jish from us?
By rat steps.
It's very far for a rat.
Maybe not so far for us.
What was that? She went,
Because what's the thing that I
oh.
Oh?
Right there.
These are
Oh, that is
humanoids,
not
right?
that far away.
Oh
Ooh,
boy.
crap.
That is 750 feet away.
Keith? Are
Freaking
these humanoids?
cultists.
Yes.
Yep, they're people.
Okay. I'm
they are
doing my thing. The thing that
You're doing the
that I
thing.
do.
Primordial
with the thing.
or
Primeval.
Primordial is not the same thing.
No.
Primordial. No,
Not even a
that's
little
something
bit.
entirely different.
English is not my first language. I apologize. Common.
Common.
is not.
Common is.
Common.
What is your
Okay,
first
so
language?
how many humanoids am I sensing
Yeah.
in a 5-mile
Yeah.
radius? And how many are close by?
You're having a hard time counting them.
That's cool. How many are close
I
by?
believe,
Okay,
the number
so
you're looking for
close
is
by.
overwhelming.
Close by,
Oh my God.
there's probably 20 to 25 small humanoids, less than 100 feet, or right about 100 to 150 feet to the east of you guys.
The kobolds.
Yeah, they're underground, so you
Oh,
kind of get a sense that they're
They
in the
have-
kobold.
Those are goblinoid, aren't they?
They are humanoid.
Interesting.
Kobolds are humanoid?
Probably reptilian humanoids.
Yes.
That's interesting.
There was
So
a
you've been able
dragon.
to, yeah, you've been tracking the kobolds.
Even goblins are humanoids.
Then you've got a pair of humanoids
Goblinoid.
down kind of where Sploof is sort of
Broad category.
telling you that he pulled humanoid back from. Just a couple of them. There's about six or seven more kind of like them spread throughout the city. And then there's a handful, 15 to 20 or so, right around where the big circular structure was. Again, underground.
Okay,
So
and the
when you
two-
pair, 6 to 7 pairs, or just individual?
No, 67 individuals.
Oh.
And the two that sound like they're in the area where
Mhm.
Hemorrhoid was, how close is that to us?
It's
That
like
is
750.
700 feet.
yeah, about that, about 700 to 800 feet away.
Keith, how tall is the inside to the ceiling?
It's about between 10 and 15 feet.
Okay.
It was not big enough for the tower.
Not big enough for the tower.
No, I can cast probably minor illusion. If we go to the back of the wall, I can cast minor illusion to make it look like nobody's there.
Well, does it-
But
If we need to.
they're wizards. They can detect
We
magic,
could all
right?
perhaps try
Freaking-
to reason with these.
freaking
Yeah,
wizards.
I'm
Do
just
it,
saying.
can we
Or we kill them.
Knowing
No,
the
you're right,
wizards
you're
of
right.
Thay,
They would probably
can
see
you
it.
reason with
They
the wizard
would
of
probably
Thay?
see it.
How often have you tried?
Depends
Yeah,
if
I mean,
you
how
have
often
what
have you
they
tried?
want.
I mean,
Are they
that's for
heading
me to
our
know.
Depends if you have what they want.
No.
Okay.
I don't think they're coming this way. But we're very much not alone in the city.
Yeah, they're gonna figure out we're here sooner or later.
It's true.
And then they're gonna kill us all.
Let's
So
just make sure
were
these
you
don't
able to
do
see
this.
anything
Well, it was nice knowing you all.
through? Were you able to see anything through Lloyd's eyes to anywhere we could go?
Gave you the information.
This stew is delicious.
So good.
Been juggling a few things. What he said. I I've been juggling a few things, so
I will remind you, you did see the kobolds stop outside a building and peer into it as though they were looking for something
Okay.
before moving on.
yes, and I would have said that. But as far as like a place that we could go other than that, like hiding, you know, we would want to check that out at some point. I'm sure.
We could always do the same thing we did last time, where
Half of us
Invisible.
invisible and
the rest of us stealth.
Yeah.
It's not ideal, but nothing
Indeed,
here
it is not ideal.
so
We survived
which
once.
direction would we go?
We abandoned
I mean,
our
most
idealism a long
most
time
of the
ago.
city is to the south. I think.
Yes.
Yeah,
South.
I would say
We
so.
follow the main road to the side.
Well,
I don't think the main road would be ideal.
Very
We
Well, we
can,
either hit water.
Yeah.
we can go through the alleyways directly south of us.
Anytime that we are trying to move along the main thoroughfare, there would be a really long sight line. Everyone in the city can see
We should be able
this.
to stay with
Yes.
the buildings.
It is also raised, so it is not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go through that
Stealthing would
highway,
be silly.
through those highways
And-
and stuff.
Pointless.
Yes.
we need a distraction.
And
Are
we
you going
also-
to play your
Dinosaur
bagpipes?
science distraction?
Nick, would you be able to radar for us the entire time?
That's not quite how it works.
Is it not?
Would you like a thing?
Yes, please.
I could.
I wrote down what I thought was important at the time.
Uh-huh.
And in theory, that is what is important.
I mean, I could create some distractions, but I don't know that they would ultimately be beneficial. We can try them. You like being distracting.
Well, it's either now or never.
Well-
'cause
Hey, Keith, what's
We're
the CI rating of a T-Rex?
As we have fought one before.
Hi.
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 I mean, we fought two of
I
them.
don't think it's gonna work.
But
If-
It's a
if-
magic
Give me a
T-Rex,
second
too.
and I will
Well, no,
look it
the
up
CR
for you.
rating doesn't matter. You can
Yeah.
polymorph anything into anything else
If it fails the same.
if it fails to save. But I
Yeah,
don't think
no.
you can polymorph in. I don't think you can polymorph into a
You
T-Rex.
can polymorph it into a creature of a CI rating of like 1 or less or something like that.
It takes a full.
Ouch.
Ooh.
It takes a full 1 minute.
And that's a standard
Yeah.
T-Rex.
Yeah.
This is a feathered T-Rex.
This is a
Who
photo.
knows?
We
Who
don't.
know? Well, we know it Misty steps, so
Yeah.
that's not a
It's
You
good.
know, we
magic
probably
lizard.
shouldn't.
It's a magic
It's a
lizard.
magic feathered lizard.
I'm just wondering if there's a way to influence it to,
Quick for us.
you know, do something.
I think it's gonna do whatever it wants to do.
I think
Yeah.
the way to influence it to do something would be to walk in front of it. It will then do something and eat you.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
I volunteer Oscar. No, wrong one. Sorry.
You said his name. You said his
Oh,
name.
where is he?
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing?
So
What's
the
heading
plan?
south through alleyways.
Yes.
We do the invisibility thing again.
We could do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Stealthy.
it's the only way.
Very well.
This is such a bad idea.
You guys remember?
This is a bad
We
idea.
don't have better ones.
I'm all
I mean,
ears.
are there better ones?
Nope.
So I think we follow the back alleys
Yes.
as
Okay.
possible.
What's your destination in mind?
South.
At the moment we have one, we're simply looking for other shrines, yes.
Wow.
We
You said something about that building.
Yeah,
The building the kobolds looked into.
Yes.
we can look and
Okay.
see.
We
I
can
mean, might as well.
If nothing else, it gives us a convenient spot to just look.
Looking.
Yes,
Yes,
we
that's
can.
true.
It gives us a place.
So,
It does
Keith,
Yes.
when I was looking over the city before we came down into the city,
Yes.
do I remember any other buildings that look similar to the 2 shrines we've been to?
I mean, they're each of the shrines you'll remember is a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
They stand out only insofar as they are slightly more recent build than the rest of the city.
Okay, you have an expert in the field of architecture.
Yeah, unfortunately, you weren't looking out over the city.
I know.
Um,
Should time arise, we see
From
one.
where you were, and as far away from the city as you were, it's kind of hard to tell that kind of thing. Though that's really the kind of thing that you have to be up close to really sort of be able to put a finger on, as they say.
While we are deciding this, I would also, I probably should have warned you before we ate it. This is about as hot going out as it is coming in, just so you are all aware.
Okay.
Will this count as a poison?
This sounds exciting.
All right, so heading out as stealthily as you possibly can.
Yes. Or
Do we
is
want to
anyone
save? Do we
else-
want to save higher level spells of invisibility and just all of us sneak?
Let's
Yeah.
just all do.
Ooh. I would say try to save
This
them.
would only go well.
Okay.
This is
So, like,
I
Hey, you know,
need
no
you
one's
guys
gonna
to
see
make
me,
a
so
group stealth
it'll be
check.
fine.
Oh dear.
boy!
That's a failure.
Plus my bonuses of stealth. 4.
That's still a failure.
19.
That's a success.
13.
Okay.
24.
That's him.
Order.
Right, sorry.
24.
So that's a success.
14.
Okay, so 2 maybes.
2 maybes.
3
Not
maybes.
one maybe, 3 maybes.
17.
That's probably going to be a success. So we've got
Rocking the stealth once again, as always.
3 successes, 3 maybes, and 1 definite
Mhm.
failure. Okay.
We're gonna die.
Yep.
Poor-
Yep.
Well,
It was an
Hey,
adventure.
hey, I didn't fail this. I consider
didn't
this a
fail
win.
this.
That's
Okay,
that is
so
fair.
what
I
was
mean,
yours?
it doesn't happen often.
It's a failure. 14,
Yes.
failure.
Oh no.
Yeah, mine's a 13.
Oh
That's a
no.
failure.
Oh,
So
gosh.
That's the
Oh,
majority.
so
Oh wait,
majority.
Azaka and
Yes.
yes, Azaka.
Katarina
Oh gosh.
are perhaps
It's not gonna be
saving
good.
graces.
1, 2, 3, 4. They can do it.
It's not gonna be good.
Yeah. So Azaka is just fine.
Yep.
Your sister's still feeling the effects of last night.
Where tiger.
Yeah.
That's true. She is aware.
So,
Her legs wobbly.
so
No,
unfortunately,
let's
I
not
think
get
we
into it.
wound up on the failing side of that one.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
We're
Oh
about to
dear.
be spotted by
I
something.
mean,
Hopefully not T-Rex.
Yeah,
So-
just not the T-Rex, please, Keith.
I mean, it's all gonna be bad.
It's bad either way.
There's a good chance we're all gonna die anyway.
true.
Well, I've been saying that how long now? So.
How have we been playing?
This is
A long
such a-
time.
Well, it was a good campaign, guys.
So you
Yeah.
guys start
Yeah,
off.
but what a way to end. We didn't even get in.
You guys pack yourselves up, you get ready to go, and you cross the main thoroughfare right outside the shrine without any incident. You make it into the alleyway across the way, through breaks in the stone wall next to you. You can kind of see what had to have been an overgrown garden of some kind. Benches, walkways that are still partially visible but are very, very overgrown. The banyan roots are starting to sort of push the wall over in places, and the undergrowth has gotten very, very thick. And as you're passing by one of the openings in the wall, you catch sight of 2 red-robed figures.
In the.
Yeah, in the
Where?
and as they're looking out, they very clearly catch sight of you.
Eldritch Blast.
No.
Oh, dear. And so
Have you become
it
the new
begins.
Clara?
If it's clear they saw us, I'm shooting them with Eldritch Blast.
You could have waved at least. A friendly gesture.
They aren't friendly.
Hello.
No idea if they're friendly or not.
It's too late now.
Too late now.
Oh
You
dear.
know what that means? I'm slowly becoming the
Hey, I have silence.
It might be too
I
late.
think this is a roll for initiative.
No, but
See.
remember,
Well, yeah.
silence is good on them because then
Yeah,
they can't
but
see
also
stuff.
I still have silence.
So it is
So,
handy for them.
It is handy. I mean,
That might come in great handy in a moment.
see, I know.
Yes.
Yes, you're
Yes,
welcome.
do the thing.
You're welcome for taking that.
Does that end when they take damage?
Nope.
No.
It's
No,
an
it-
area.
Uh,
As long
Area
as you're in the
specific
area, you cannot speak.
But
Yes.
is it concentration?
It might be.
I don't know.
If we run,
Let me look.
If we run away, maybe actually enemies abound, they attack each other.
All Gideon's thinking is he's fought spellcasters before. The key to winning is to kill them before they can cast.
I mean, that's not unfair.
Could have got.
All right. Let's go ahead and have initiative.
Oh joy.
Oh,
Well, that sucks. That's an 8.
mine was an 8, but it's like that was about a good initiative. Yeah.
I'm so surprised by your behavior that I just freeze. for
Well,
a moment.
everyone will have the surprised condition except for Gideon this first round.
Okay.
So
Would I?
Unless you have the alert feed.
all right.
16.
16,
18.
18.
I'm all tracking. I'm not tracking.
Kyrie,
11.
Danny,
8.
8.
5.
5.
Oh.
18.
18.
A 13.
13. Okay.
How far away are they?
They're less than 30 feet away.
Oh, then instead of Eldritch Blast, I'm running up and hitting them with my sword. It's a much better plan.
Well,
Okay.
are you going first? That's the question.
Yeah, if you're not casting the spell, then yeah, then nobody will be surprised.
Oh, then I'll cast the spell.
Okay. All right. Let me check one other thing.
Where's my vitriolic sugar?
Can I like cast Mage Hand and poke them in the eye?
No.
Can
Line
I grab from
can.
you? Can I grab from somebody a PHP real quick?
Yeah.
I feel like you would have to roll real high for that to work.
And besides, you can't use Mage Hand with to damage someone.
Yeah.
It specifies in the spell.
Ooh, excuse me.
Just give them a wedge.
Just give them a wedgie.
Yeah.
Just distract
Just
them a lot.
distract them. Yeah.
You know that might be a valid strategy.
Okay.
It is concentration, up to 10 minutes. So,
What is?
silence.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah, so no spells with verbal components.
Action. Thank you.
I
All
assume
right.
wizard. Oh yeah, they're wizards, right? So
Yep.
they
So,
probably have high
Gideon?
intelligence.
That's a 22 to hit.
counterspell.
No.
On a cantrip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to run up into melee
that a
range.
verbal component?
Yeah.
End of my turn.
What?
All right.
Counterspell. Because if so, silence will be awesome for that. I mean, it's going to be great anyway.
Probably.
All right. So that'll take us
I
to
can
the top of the round.
Oh, we gonna die so bad.
Clara
It's only
or
2 of them,
Gideon.
right?
Your choice.
I'll go. Bullocks. Cold person. Well, let's see.
If you cast it at higher levels, you can hold both.
No, it's not.
I could. Yeah, let's do a 3rd level on both. So, yeah, they both need to make
Counterspell.
Yep.
Jeez.
do need to
So
distract
now-
these
now
fools so that they don't counterspell
Our
spells.
map.
Yes.
We have a wall between us,
Um,
like a short.
yeah, I mean
garden wall?
it's a tumble down wall. Yeah, it's overhead high. There are gaps in it,
Okay.
and they have spied you through one of the gaps.
Then I'm just gonna step out of sight.
Okay, so you're taking cover. All right, Gideon.
Does an 18 hit?
Let's see. Does a
Shield. Oh
oh
wait, they both use their.
They both use their
Well,
reactions.
it's a new round though.
No,
No.
you don't get your reaction back till it's your turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they both use their reaction. 'Cause how was supposed to-
Then yeah, an 18 is going to hit.
Hunter's Mark, or not Hunter's Mark, Hex, but
Hexblade.
and then I will give them disadvantage with. What's your enemy's abound spell use? Is that a Wisdom save?
It's a save though.
It's intelligence.
Yeah, but
I
he said
think.
it counts.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
intelligence.
I will give them disadvantage on their intelligence saves.
Okay.
Well, the one I'm hitting.
But remember, they attack any creature that's around them.
So that's 8 points of piercing damage, 2 points of fire damage, and 1 point of necrotic damage.
Okay, so say that again. Sorry.
That is 8 points of piercing damage,
Okay.
2 points of fire damage, and 1 point of necrotic damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to action surge to attack them again.
Okay. Same one, or his, or
It doesn't matter. I miss.
okay.
Unless a 9 hits.
Nope.
Nah, I didn't think so.
Okay. Nyx.
Okay.
Time to shoot the bad guys.
Yes,
Quote,
I'm
unquote.
gonna shoot the bad guys. These are humanoids. Correct.
Yes, they are.
Perfect.
I mean, unless you
Tiny
stop the
humans.
counter spell.
Oh.
They
Not
can
much.
counterspell 2 spells though,
Can I
after they take their
use
turn.
my spells?
and until it's their turn,
can.
and they want to get their reactions back.
I want to Hunter's Mark one of them,
Okay.
whichever one is.
Currently available.
I mean, they're both there. They're both right up next to Gideon. Actually, Gideon's right up next to them.
The one on the right.
Okay.
That one.
And I'm going to shoot an arrow at said
Okay.
Counter spell.
cultist.
Oh.
You can't counterspell my arrow.
It'd be fun to watch you try, though.
26 hit?
Yes, it will.
Perfect.
To do with my other d20s. Oh, there they are. I'm just a dork. Don't mind me.
Cast an illusion on the arrows, they look like spells.
Ten points of damage.
Okay. All right.
They have disadvantage on intelligence.
Elias.
Alright, they've got lower than a 13. Oh. Alright. I guess I'm gonna go and whack one of them.
All right.
Good plan.
It's all I know how to do. 19 hit.
Yes.
Alright.
Which one are you going after?
B.
Okay.
Nice.
What is gonna hurt? I don't know. I didn't say bonus action Crimson Red on my maul.
Okay.
Plus 4. Shoot. 16. 19 points of damage on the first one.
Okay.
And then and then I'm going to tap my clockwork amulet, and does a 16 hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
Yes.
Because we got up on them before they had.
Nice.
Nice.
No way.
Would have been awesome if it was 3
18
of them.
points of damage on the second one.
Nice.
Very nice.
Well done.
Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah, and is there any way I can move just to be flanking to help flank with him or no?
You've probably got enough to get there, yeah.
Okay. I will do that.
Oh,
That will be my turn.
okay. Right.
Yes, I am
I could
going to.
I could cast haste on you.
They could still
I'm going to cast silence.
Didn't counterspell haste on
You
you.
can counterspell any spell.
Good.
that you
I'm
see
fighting
has
wizards
above
that
60
can't
feet.
speak.
Perfect.
Excellent.
On where the wizards are.
Reaction.
Okay.
So it's
So at
20
least you
feet.
can clear the field so people can use spells. That might be the best.
You can get me, that's fine. I don't use spells.
Well, yeah, obviously I'll get you and Gideon. So
And they can only do it, so many times before they're out.
since they're
So
right there.
chance that they're
Yeah.
That works
Okay.
nicely to your favor.
Yes.
So
Counterspells of third
that'll
level.
last for 10 minutes.
Yes, kind of spells a third one.
Also, if you use any spells above third level, they have to roll to.
Does
Yeah.
does
Yeah.
counterspell require verbal?
No.
Okay.
Semantic.
It's just
But they can each only do it once because it costs their reaction, and they only have so many spell slots. So eventually they can't anymore.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Eventually,
They've already
What's
used
the
22
what's
in
the
this round.
radius on that?
yeah, each one's used one.
It's so the range or the radius.
What's the
Only
radius?
has 3
It
third
is
level spell
20
slots.
feet, I believe. Let me check.
I think it's
So they should be out of reaction.
Yeah, it
this round.
is.
Unless they go before you,
They do.
then they'll get it back.
Yeah.
20-foot radius sphere centered on any point you choose within range.
Okay.
So obviously I'm going. Yeah.
So don't
Just-
put it directly in between them. Put it off to one side so they might run and still be in it.
Yes. Yeah.
Which way do you go?
who can say?
Yep. Yeah. So I'm just gonna put it probably just next.
So where are you putting it?
Where are they? Are they right next to each other?
Hmm?
Are they right next to each other?
Yeah, they were right next to each
Okay. I will put it just to the side of them.
other. Okay.
So,
To their left.
yep.
Okay.
Okay. I think
I could do
that's
Eldritch Blast
all.
on Asian with the
Sploof.
reaction.
So
Anybody else?
I look at Gideon
They got
before
lower
all
than
of
they
this. Before
they
all of
tied
this
me.
goes down, like I look at Gideon because I'm just like, what? And then snap over to what's going on in front of me while all of these other barrage of attacks are happening, and there is a rumble in my goblin-y tummy, and as though it was actually as though it was the spice perhaps from Clara's food. It's just like you get a little sploofy fireball going. So
It smells nice.
This is gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt.
They're
Thank
both
you.
gonna die.
Yep.
oh crap, he's right next to us.
I
So
am
is
as
he.
well.
So
Yeah.
No, it's
both
too late. It's
Too late.
You
You're
have to live
casting
with your
fireball.
decision.
Yeah.
It's fireball.
This is gonna hurt.
I
Okay.
feel bad, but you started this.
I
Can
did.
I shift
true. Nope.
a bit with the so that it doesn't catch them in it? Not really.
no.
Okay. My apologies, gents. This
Okay.
is gonna be really bad.
So what's the save?
Not
enough.
It doesn't matter. It's not enough for
No,
us.
I mean for me.
Yeah.
Dex.
Dex save.
What's the DC?
Well, it was good while it lasted.
DC.
Oh
At
boy.
least we've got lots of hit points, right?
Oh, my
Yeah.
DC.
Yes.
I'm
is gonna
sorry. I'm a little bit Twitter-pated at the moment. Where is my spell?
Derpapated.
Derpapated. 15.
15. Okay. Failed.
Fail. Fail.
Oh
Failed,
gosh.
failed.
I'm so sorry, guys. I did not.
I
think
hope
that
they
through.
failed.
One of them failed, one of them succeeded.
Ah, boy.
In my
Can't win 'em
brain,
all.
this was a lot different because I forgot that it's such a big radius.
Forgot how fireball works. How do you? We almost died to his
So
fireball.
that's a 20. That's a 20-foot radius.
That was a
on
month
that,
ago.
right?
Yep.
Oh
This would be a very
man.
silent fireball too.
It is.
And
Well, roll your damage.
Roll the damage,
Yes,
Danny.
it is.
I already
'cause
did.
Everyone's deafened.
How
so
much
we
is
can't
it?
hear
it's 32.
Oh, oh gosh.
Damn!
Oh.
Well, I can boost your health
Did
up
I
a little
kill
bit.
anyone?
No.
Okay,
I would like
good.
to say you didn't even get me half.
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah, you
This is
didn't get
good.
me half.
This
Does
is good.
anybody need healing?
Yes.
Like immediate healing?
I could use it. That hurt a lot.
I'm
I'm
at
sorry,
42.
guys.
I'm at 28.
Oh.
Okay, we've been worse.
Yes.
It's been worse.
What
That
about-
was a
what about
logistic
cultists?
failure on my part. Sorry. And somehow I got inspiration for it, even though I fried your butts.
It was definitely something spooky.
It is something
Yes,
split.
it is.
You're gonna need
Yes,
that when I
indeed.
attempt to murder you.
So
Yeah.
in this,
Yeah.
in the middle of this overgrown garden,
At least it's quiet. We're still staying stealthy, guys.
Yes.
there is this bright flash of light and wafts of heat rolling off of it,
Just
but it is
Silence for
completely
flames.
silent.
it's like one of those war
As
movies
this
where it's
fireball explodes in the middle of the 4 people that are in the garden.
I'm just
Well,
like holding my
Spicy
stomach
by any
going,
chance?
It does smell a little bit spicy.
It's like one of those World War. It's like one of those World War II movies where you're like you can't hear anything but explosions. going
Yeah,
off
yeah,
everywhere.
and
Ouch.
all 4 of them are sort of blown back a little bit by the force of the explosion.
Oof, I don't think you're supposed to do that.
Sorry. I couldn't help it.
Are both wizards still up?
They are still up. Yes.
Oh, hardy fellers.
They have more hit points than
I would
us.
like to point out that if that had
Oh, I don't
before
know.
his lichdom, he would be dead. Perhaps outright.
They have more hit points than me, unless they have to make their saves for going below half. Cause I did.
Yay!
woo!
Oh, happy days. Prisoners.
The DC on that's just 10, right?
Yeah, and they both are knocked unconscious by it.
Yay!
All right, it was worth
Yes, it was
it.
worth
It was
it.
worth it.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Oh, we can't talk.
So let's kill him right now while they're out.
You're a good character, Nate.
I'm gonna start tying the wizards up and gagging them.
I would like to loot them.
Ooh.
Okay.
Component pouches, wands, staves.
Oh yeah, take their take their component pouches. Good call.
Yeah.
Good call.
Okay. Well,
I have 2 wizards of Thagir.
I don't want to be good anymore.
Shut up.
all right.
Are you guys okay?
I'm going to begin a prayer.
Well,
can't talk.
We can't talk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they can't hear. So
Sorry.
if you're in the sphere of 20, you know,
So it's
it's
going
20
to take me
feet.
10 minutes.
We
but
can
it's not
hear.
a prayer.
We can
Yeah.
hear.
Okay.
Or I can drop it, but
So
not yet.
tying them up so that their like arms are bound behind them so they can't use somatic components, and gagging them so they can't use verbal components.
Okay.
Just to be safe.
Besides their gear, do we find anything? No. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, since they're gagged,
We
I
probably
will drop.
I think we should leave.
Okay.
Oh,
Agreed.
no, she.
Yeah, once they're
she
gagged, I
took
will
down the
drop
spell, right?
silence.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
once they're
I
gagged,
suggest
I
we
will
leave.
drop silence.
But
Actually, since you asked,
Actually.
roll me a roll me percentage dice.
A pyramid.
30.
30.
Oh, crap.
Oh dear.
I must consult
Fairy
the
dragon
table.
T-Rex. Guess what's coming?
This might hurt worse.
Why?
No.
What?
Oh, look what I found!
The hell?
Seriously?
Wait,
What?
To the pyramid.
This is a bear, right? Or is it a frog? I can't. Is it
Or
a
is it
frog? Or is it a bear?
That looks like a frog to me.
Okay, a
Okay.
frog. Oh, look, a frog! A frog. Cube.
So just like that, we get a cube.
Well,
I passed
that
it to-
was fortuitous.
where did you find like?
What just happened?
One of those Thay guys had it.
Oh, they had
okay.
it.
I
Oh.
think we need to take them with us.
Also, we could
Supply-
should probably leave because Keith, I assume Garden is now on fire.
Yeah.
Yep.
We should
Time to
probably
go.
leave because that's going to make smoke and
Grab-
people will
Grab the
come to
prisoners.
see.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
That is one of the cubes we're looking for,
Yep.
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
this is
Oh.
one of the
I think that is likely unless they had something that they were using as a model to find it, but
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
yeah.
Well, that was
Make me a perception
Oh,
check,
dear.
Clara.
I love
I'll cast Cure Wounds
That's
on
Oh,
why
you.
we
thank
find
you.
7.
So I'll do it as
That
a level
looks
2,
little
so you
bit
get
more like
2d8
those things
plus
that
4.
attacked you back in the jungle.
What the frog? Oh,
D8.
the Parisian what the
Those.
4,
Corvus.
5,
Oh, the koalas.
9, plus
The
8.
danger koalas.
The danger
koalas, yeah.
All
The
right.
little shapes like the stone.
That you fed?
things. I hated those things.
The shifting koala bears.
Yes.
Don't be this way.
Don't be this way.
Don't be this way.
Don't be this way, huh?
So how close to half your hit points are you?
What's half of 72?
Let's see, so that's 2.
37?
37.
Yeah.
36.
5.
But I didn't knock you out.
No, that was gonna
That
take a
is
lot
true.
more than a
I
fire.
had to make a
to knock
con
me out.
save though.
Both of
yeah.
you and both of the prisoners are going to gain 13 hit points.
Okay. 55.
Third degree burns are not something to be trifled with.
Sorry,
I'm almost at
had a touch of reflux.
Running, stealthily.
That was epic.
I'm just imagining Gromp from The Emperor's New Groove with his
Yeah.
theme song.
As we're going into the building that was found by spoofs. with
Sure.
their
If we could make it there.
Yes.
Let's hoof it.
Well, I think the fire is going to be our distraction.
I think, yeah,
Fair
so long as-
enough.
That
Yup.
no
The
one
whole
hears.
city.
That
Yeah.
no one heard.
Well, no one heard,
but
but
there's-
there's
Yes, there's
On the
no-
bright side, we stopped them before they cast any spells. Good job, team.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job.
Technically,
Well
they did
done.
cast counterspell.
Oh, yeah, but
We
that's-
Yeah.
got a freaking
It
cube.
might have been worth
We did get a
talking to them
cube.
first, but we will. I
We
suppose
can
have
still
a chance
talk to them.
now.
It's
I
fine.
don't think it would be.
You do not know.
What was that? Sorry.
It might have been worth talking to them first, but I suppose we should not know that now.
We
But we got a
head
cube.
south
Too late now.
to the
Yeah.
alleyways.
Okay. You guys do make it to the spot where Sploof indicated to you that you might find something of interest. Everybody make a perception check real quick.
Nope.
Nope.
No.
I'm so bad at perception. Oh,
22.
goodness.
11.
No.
15.
7.
13.
Ooh, bunny.
19.
Okay. So Clara, Bright, and Meyer, you guys, as you are withdrawing from the flaming garden, you guys are going around the corner and you see converging on it
Oh dear.
a pack of kobolds, and shortly behind them a patrol of Yuan-Ti.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Let's move quickly.
Yeah, let's.
So we make it to the building?
Keith, I'm gonna trail at the back of the group and try and cover our tracks as best I can.
Make me a survival check.
I was gonna say dripping drops of blood, but everything's
that's a good
probably cauterized.
Yep.
Well, and then everybody, you guys healed me up. I'm only down 2 hit points now. I'm
Yeah.
good.
Perfect.
22.
22. Okay. Alright. Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Any architecture?
I mean, you're passing ruins that are pretty much the same sort of
Right.
construction that you've seen.
Okay, no, just making sure there's not anything new like
That's
what
what
the
I
other
guess
shrines are
imagine.
like. Okay.
Elias
Get your
stop and
mask
be
on
like,
and
that
see
is a
what you
nice
see."
arch.
That's a nice.
Oh, bro!
You know what they say: if it ain't baroque,
Don't fix it.
Oh.
Anyway, so you do get to the spot indicated by Sploof.
Which was the place right next to where we saw the Wizards of Thay? Or
Where?
No.
No,
Where
it
was
was
the building?
further away.
Yeah, yeah.
Would
So
you-
we're a
just
little
for
ways
my
off.
sakes and notes. Could you
It's the one that I marked for you.
We ran into the
Ah,
wizards before
okay.
we got that far.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Well, I know I meant the wizards that Hemorrhoid saw.
yeah, that's
I think
that's
we-
where
Okay.
Sploof saw them.
Alright.
I think
Uh,
those wizards are the ones we might have tied up.
No, yeah.
You note that this particular building, much like the other shrines that you've been in, does seem to be a little bit younger than the buildings surrounding it.
We're in the right place.
Happy accident.
Okay, let me see. Okay. Yep.
Wouldn't you know the rat did good?
The two dots is where
Yeah.
we saw the wizards. Where Hemorrhoid saw them.
So you guys come up sort of behind it, and you see the building, and you see
Where's
a
that one?
stone wall enclosing
Okay,
a courtyard.
Okay.
Where the entryway gate would be. You do see cracked monoliths flanking the entrance. Saw-edged ferns grow in the courtyard between broken flagstones. A pair of stone doors provide entry to a large, flat-roofed ruin.
Open doors, closed doors.
They are actually closed at the moment.
Let's open them.
It's gonna be heavy. They're made of stone.
That'll help.
Yeah.
I
There's
got
a
it.
lot of us.
I'll watch.
I'm going to check for traps,
Okay.
however, first. Because that seems good, especially since I already tried to bake the party.
Alright.
Just give Sploof another
So,
taste of the spicy stuff. Blast them open.
so that's going to be your obelisks around the edge there. And which side? So this is your wall around the courtyard.
Woo, DM butt.
Oh, I
Yeah,
don't have-
you.
Get used to it. It's going to be here for another week.
Shut your face.
Hey, don't shoot the messenger.
You would not believe the downpour I had to drive through.
Downpour. Northern downpour.
Yeah.
It's a great sound. Great song.
Great sound.
Great.
If the shoe fits. D&D Beyond, everyone.
This map can that we don't
One of
have
these
is brought to
days,
you
they're
by
gonna
D-
just
Dwarven
accidentally
Forge.
start like sponsoring us.
It would be
That'd be
great.
pretty cool.
If you would like to sponsor us,
Yeah.
this would be
Yes.
your content could be
Your
here.
ads could be here.
Thanks,
Please
D&D
contact.
Beyond.
Please contact us if you would like. If you have
Okay.
any interest in advertising on our channel.
Yes.
I suppose we don't really use D&D. Is Does anybody use? I mean, I've used.
They
it.
don't know that.
Well, no, I'm just curious. If anybody
Oh yeah, we all
I-
use it.
I-
Yes,
I wanted-
yes.
We all
I
use
couldn't
D&D.
get it to work because I don't have like the premium stuff. So
makes sense.
if you don't have that, then you're kind of like lost.
I'm not too keen on buying all of the content I already have physically
Yeah.
again.
Clara actually was initially made on there.
Nice.
But
Okay. Everybody make me a perception check, please.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
6.
Natural 20.
Nice.
23.
23,
14.
14,
17.
17,
19.
19. Gideon.
Apparently, I'm too busy covering our tracks.
Everyone else, you hear a rustling in the underbrush in the courtyard,
Oh.
and a small creature that looks
Schwinger.
no. There's a small creature that goes darting across the flagstones and diving into a burrow underneath them, and it looks like a unicorn bunny.
Oh no.
Oh.
It's a little
unicorn
bunny, with a
bunny?
unicorn horn on its head.
Ooh, pretty.
This is like a classic. What's the word I want? Classic RPG trope
Yep.
out of Japan.
Yep.
It's an,
Which is
Emirage.
an Almirage.
It's an Almirage.
So
Not good.
we gonna
Not
die?
get stuck by it. We do not want to do that.
So we're gonna
Everything
die?
in Job kills you. Remember the cute koala bears?
The water, the
That's
bears,
a fair point.
the
That's
mosquitoes,
a fair
The
point.
air.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it is so
Really
cute.
adorable.
It's so adorable.
Do not feed the animals.
Oh, we're gonna die.
We did learn that.
We're gonna
Yes.
get killed because someone can't contain themselves.
I don't know. I feel like after the koala incident.
Everything. The air, the poison gat,
Well,
everything in this place.
Can I make my familiar look like one of those?
You've seen it.
Not in the familiar
I mean,
list.
you've
There is a
seen
specific
it.
list
Oh,
for
okay.
that.
Oh yeah, that's
Of
true.
course, that's all up to DM discretion. It does
You could
list
just
that as
use
well.
like rabbit stats instead.
Although
Make
you
it look
have
that way.
actually seen one, and it is a CR0.
Okay, so then yes, you
So
can
I'm going to
use
say
that.
yes.
That's
just
very
because I like the
misleading
idea.
for this monster.
But that actually could be a really good thing. Because
Okay.
it blends in more.
Can I just say something real quick as a party? If any of
Polymorph.
us find any way to make a to get a wish or anything other
Yeah.
way, can we just wish that Cholt just goes off the map?
Excuse me?
There's a lot of innocent people.
Do you actually like this place?
It is.
I don't dislike it. It's
You-
where I
You
live.
like this place even though it has tried to kill you
I
multiple
wish
times.
there were no
I
trees.
like
in
where
You know,
I
in the rest
live.
of the world, we don't live places that are constantly trying to eat us for
Just
breakfast.
flat.
Well, I
But that's normal.
No,
No.
no, it's not.
Not
Well,
to the
I mean,
rest
I
of
came
the
from
world.
Underdark,
I was about to
so-
say I come from a goblin hive, so yeah, or whatever.
That's pretty normal.
So half the people in our party are used to just being eaten for breakfast.
That's
So-
what
Just
I'm,
the way things
that's
are.
what I'm doing with my wish.
I mean,
I kind of hope you don't get
I
away
kind of like Jolt a little
because I'm
bit.
kind of scared of what would happen.
I don't
Oh,
think I've
game's
seen
over.
anything in Jolt I like.
No.
So
It's
It's
actually-
not that bad, is it?
Yes.
I'm going to have Hemorrhoid just kind of like not go in the bunny hole, but kind of
In the bunny
investigate
hole.
around the bunny hole.
the bunny hole.
Okay.
Just near, not in.
Okay, that's fine.
So
Someone-
polymorph into a unicorn rabbit.
Opening the doors.
Opening the doors.
Yes, we have
Kick
so
it down the door.
sculptural relief decorate the doors on the shrine.
Is it of a koala?
The carvings show a horned rabbit charging a small feral-looking bear with sharp teeth.
Oh, jeez.
There is an old Omuan message etched above the doors, and it
That
says,
says.
"Ijin teaches us to take the path least expected."
Oh, don't open the door.
I immediately stop opening the door.
There is a smaller inscription underneath the carving that seems to be sort of in the same vein as the one that you found earlier or yesterday. in the other shrine. One morning, a wise Zorbo emerged from her hollow tree and spoke to the dying Omuans. To convince Ubtao of their worth, she decided to cook him a stew. Oh my god, I can't read today. She decided to cook him a stew made of all of their good qualities. Catching such virtues wouldn't be easy, so she asked a wily Almirage to help her. The Almirage snuck recklessness into the pot, which she saw as a virtue, and Ubtao spat out the stew when he tasted it. From that day on, Obulaka the Zorbo and Ijin the Almirage became terrible enemies.
Isn't Obalaka the cube that we just found?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so we know Obalaka is a evil koala bear.
Yes, it's a Zorbo.
So the koala bears and the unicorn rabbits hate each other.
So do
So
we
I'm
already
getting mixed
have this
messages to not take the path, to take the path,
Please
less traveled, but also be
Don't do
reckless.
so recklessly. Produce? No. We're going to.
But
this
the-
is the temple of the Zorbo, yes.
No, this is
No, this is the temple of the unicorn
rabbits.
rabbits.
The
That
Almirage.
value recklessness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I suppose that's the case then.
Let's check around the outside first.
Checking for traps. That would be an 18.
An
I want
18?
to check for the things.
The doors do not seem to be trapped, and you do not find any traps in the courtyard.
How
We
big are the
open-
rabbit holes?
There's just the one, and it's just big enough for the rabbit, or the Almirage.
I don't even think I can put down.
Can anyone cast detect magic?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you want to see if the rabbit or the rabbit hole is magic?
I shall detect magic.
Because it
Oh, you
seems
could do that as a ritual.
it seems oddly
Yes.
coincidental that the rabbit.
Why are we not just
Right when
opening
you showed
the
up.
door?
Because we don't trust the door.
The path least expected.
Wait, you can move the earth,
Recklessness
right?
is a virtue,
Okay.
these things.
I can
Yes.
erupt earth. It costs a spell slot. If there's a better way,
So if I
then
just
we'll
run
take
through
that.
this door,
Right.
It's a stone door. You don't run through the door unless you have
It's
help.
also a little bit more of an attack.
I couldn't do it anyway.
Anyway, we don't have to check the rabbit hole. Just a thought.
What about the roof? What's on the roof?
Weekend mission impossible.
Wait, okay, so, right? It's,
Dun,
What?
dun, 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 dun,
They will
dun,
be
dun,
able
dun.
to see us. They're in the courtyard like 800 feet away.
Invisibility.
I'm stealthy.
They're not that close.
But I mean, you can be stealthy, but the problem would
Okay,
be that like,
But if I go around
the
the
place that we
other
lit on
way,
fire
where they-
isn't that close.
Okay.
Like it's not next door.
Send hemorrhoid to check the top.
or we could
Oh, I
have
was
Nick
gonna climb
check it
up,
or
but-
brain check it. Yeah.
Someone who's stealthy.
I feel like I'm just gonna
Do it.
gonna climb up.
Do it.
Okay, I'm just gonna climb up the roof. I'm gonna be stealthy.
I just attacked the wizards and that turned out great.
Yeah, see, I'm
I
gonna
am
climb up
still
the roof.
casting detect magic.
And I'm gonna be
Is our
stealthy
group
about
just
it.
doing things willy nilly now?
Apparently.
Do you want
Yeah.
me to do?
We're not just starting that.
Go ahead and roll your
We've been
spell.
doing that.
I haven't.
You jumped down
that
a
was like-
tree.
And for a very good
Okay,
reason.
that's like
I
27.
didn't know that at the
27?
time.
Yep,
Okay.
27.
You are being very stealthy.
I am being very stealthy. Look at me.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm taking the wizards of Fey into the corner.
Which corner?
This corner.
Yeah, we have hostages.
Okay. And what are you doing with them once you get them there?
I'll go guard them.
So I have healed them. So
Okay.
I have taken away at least the worst of the third degree burns that they had.
Yes, so nice.
And so I'm going to start treating for purposes of making sure they do not bleed out or anything to that effect.
Okay. Both of them are glaring at you.
Oh, they wake up.
Yeah, they're as soon as the healing took hold, they came to and they've been glaring at you the whole time.
I do apologize. We would not have attacked you immediately, except everything in this jungle seems to be trying to kill us. We are trying to stop the. I'm just gonna sort of ramble, like we're as I'm like putting salves on. Yeah, putting salves on. like the Princess Bride.
Mhm.
That sort of talking. Like,
Okay.
we're trying to stop this death curse because many of our party are dying. So it was sort of reactionary when somebody made eye contact that we
Eye
lashed out.
contact.
How dare you look at me?
We're like wild animals if you make eye contact with
Yeah.
us.
He
It's
does.
more like Pokemon trainers.
Oh no. Fight.
So you understand that it would be dangerous for us to ungag you right now, but we will find a way to release you at some point in the near future.
Make a persuasion roll.
Persuasion or deception?
It's not. There is no deception.
Him, persuasion. Me, deception.
That's going to be plus 9.
Ooh,
It's
wow.
going to be
He went through it for a therapist character.
right.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
25.
Nice.
Wow.
Allies
You
now?
seem strangely
So
persuasive.
as you're rambling, and especially when you get to the part about the death curse and trying to mitigate it, the glare sort of, it's still there, but it's window dressing at this point.
Well done.
And I'll probably cast. Let's see. Healing word on both of them.
Okay.
So they will both gain.
I thought maybe I was going to have lunch.
I'm gonna be like off to the side, like over here, just watching
Okay.
those two in case Walkar's
Um,
ministering they try
So they both
anything.
gain 7 hit points.
what do I see on the roof?
A roof.
It's basically just a flat
Okay.
slate roof.
Okay. There's nothing.
No.
Okay.
We'll just go up in the middle of the night and cut our way through the roof.
There we go.
Never expected.
Never
Reckless.
expected.
Nobody would expect this.
It's not expected and it's
Not
reckless. It's
expected.
perfect.
And there's
Perfect.
just the one door, right?
Yeah, it's a set of double doors.
So while they're doing that, I'm like right here, kind of looking out, seeing if anybody's coming.
Make me a perception check.
15.
15?
Yeah.
With your spider.
Even with the spider.
No.
Convince one other person.
So, peering out through the gate, sort of back and forth, you look north and you see an enormous lizard figure step out way down the causeway, and it sort of shakes a little bit and then poofs out of existence.
Guys. Got a little problem.
Yes.
Big feather lizard.
Oh.
Wait, the
Oh.
same big feathered lizard?
The same one, right? It's a.
Is there more than one?
Yeah, that's what I was just like, is there
no.
more
We
than
never
one
considered
big feathered
this.
T-Rex?
Oh no.
I'm just saying we should be doing something
The
to.
Queen of Feathers.
I think we should just go to the doors.
Yeah, he just went poof, so don't know where he is.
I'm gonna start opening the doors.
Opening door.
Yes.
Okay.
Here, you two come with me quickly.
A 10-foot wall, 10-foot wide hallway strikes off into the gloom. Carved tiles depict various beasts. Carved tiles depicting various beasts decorate the hallway floor.
Oh, what
Oh.
beasts?
All
Garbage.
Step wisely or
Carpet.
die.
Okay.
Which way is the entrance side?
Give me 1 second here.
Oh, crap, 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 crap. Oh, look. I know what those are for.
Oh.
This is very Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, this is Tomb of Annihilation, so isn't that basically
Temple of Doom. Yeah.
Temple of Doom? Yeah.
Oh great.
Tomb of
This is
Annihilation,
the
Temple of
we're in.
Doom. Same thing.
Potato, potato, same thing.
Yeah.
Which is
Same.
the entrance side?
Like that.
Okay,
Is
you
this
could
all-
just.
Or,
Yeah.
Is this all worked stone?
Yes. Floor.
Well, if we're going in, Keith, I'm gonna do something incredibly stupid.
You gonna run?
Oh dear.
Nope.
Okay.
Stupider than
Gotta climb up on the ceiling,
Okay.
and I'm gonna really hesitantly see what happens if I start to walk across and see if it's like, is it magic that triggers the things to come out of the walls, or is it the tiles?
Tiles.
Because I mean, if we can get away with that.
Okay.
Past least traveled, reckless. I mean, this is our thing, guys.
Don't you have
So,
floating disc?
so you climb up on the walls.
Can we just float over the tiles?
Up to
Depends
the
on what makes
ceiling.
the things go.
down the hallway, and you get past the tiles. Nothing has happened. You drop down onto the
Whoa!
floor.
Before I go on the floor, what do I see?
One step at a time. One step at a time.
He just wants to get
It said reckless, not stupid.
Yeah, there's a difference.
I mean, you did just announce
Wait.
that you were going to do something stupid.
There's a difference.
Yes.
very fine line.
Yeah.
Now, as for the rest of you, good luck.
I have a spider.
I can get in.
No, I was thinking like maybe.
That's what you can see.
You know what, Keith? I'm staying on the ceiling.
Okay.
If it's pressure and not magic, we can use a floating disc.
Keith, may I ask you a question? Am I floating?
What's that?
Am I floating? As I
Oh,
have
'cause
feather
feather
fall.
fall.
Oh,
Yeah.
feather.
It's the touch ground, right?
No, you're still. Yeah, you're.
But
on
if
the
you
ground
got
at
a
this point.
good at,
You jump. You
or I might be able to hold you up off the ground and carry you across.
Because I weigh nothing.
Right.
We could zip line.
Ooh, that'd
Hey,
be
I
fun.
have rope.
There's rope.
Hey, we could tie rope.
Is that how you die?
Sploof. Sploof.
That.
Did you cast detect magic or not?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, here's
Oh,
the.
Oh
no.
no. Did I?
Oh, or maybe good,
Well.
because maybe it shows the ones you should step on.
I
Or
don't.
not.
Or
the
maybe
ones that
maybe
activate the
doing any
trap.
of these
Yeah.
things
Anything
that are
magic?
cautious would set it off. I don't know. This is either really good or really bad.
Well, we're about to find out, ladies
Yes.
and gentlemen.
Yeah, we could just tie rope.
It's time to die. It's time
Hey,
to
you know,
die.
it's not that far.
You know, I feel like we've been
We
living
don't-
on
we don't
borrowed
have to
time
travel
for a
very
minute.
far.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't
Oh.
die.
Yeah,
from
oh,
the
you
tie-
think?
from
It
falling.
feels like a lifetime
mean,
on
my
of
spider.
borrowed time.
I could cast Mage Hand and push
That
the
works
tiles
too.
to see if anything happens.
That
Yeah.
also works.
Let's see what Sploof sees.
So all of those are giving off an aura of abjuration magic.
Oh,
And which one's abjuration?
abjuration.
Shielding, warding, defensive magic.
Boom.
Defensive magic.
Well, no, those would potentially.
Maybe whoever has the most hit points or the highest saves should jump to the first one and see what happens.
That would be me, but I am really low on health.
True.
Could
That's
potentially
probably
Misty
me.
step out of the way if I.
So maybe Nyx tries it?
Next, you just be on the ceiling.
We can send hemorrhoid.
Wait. I can.
That's a good idea.
That is
No.
a good idea.
What happens if you lose hemorrhoid, though? Can you bring hemorrhoid back again?
Yes.
I mean, technically, yeah, it burns a spell slot, but
I can cast Mage Hand and
at least I think.
touch
I think it
the
takes
thing.
Oh,
And
does
it takes
okay.
materials.
Guys, I can cast
Oh,
Mage
yeah, try
Hand.
that.
I can cast
That's
Mage
a good
Hand and
idea.
touch
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
Try the thing.
touch the
Good idea.
tiles. But you'll have to tell me which one because I can't see them.
All the
Okay.
rabbit ones. It's not
Yeah.
true,
I
all the
suppose
rabbit
that's simple
ones.
enough.
Let's start with that one, yeah.
Okay,
But
so
do we avoid the rabbit ones or do we touch the rabbit
Yeah,
ones?
we just have to figure out
It's
if it's good or bad.
Then it should be good.
No, it's
Yes.
50-50.
If it's abjuration, it
Well,
should be good.
it's like, is it defending the temple or is it defending the person standing on the tile?
It would probably be the person, I would imagine. Because
Well,
otherwise it would be
if you want to test
Right.
your
Do
theory,
it. Touch the rabbit one.
okay, I'm gonna do it like halfway down, so it's like not right in our face.
That's a good idea, actually.
Okay.
Mage hand.
So I'm gonna do Mage Hand like halfway down.
Okay. So
and it's gonna touch.
you
Push on it.
push on it.
Yeah, push on it.
How hard?
So
As hard as I can.
10
As
pounds
hard
worth,
as-
I believe, is the.
I think it's 5 pounds, but
5 pounds worth.
I think it's 5 pounds lifting. I don't know about pushing.
oh yeah, it is 5 pounds lifting. It might not say how hard you can push down.
As hard as you can so that it registers the weight of a person's down.
That's a lot of that's a lot of.
It's a lot of weight though.
It is.
Yeah.
as you can.
You so you push as hard as you can with mage hand, and nothing happens.
Now try it on one that's not that.
Okay, so the one to the right of it.
Okay, so you move the mage hand
Yeah,
over.
move it over, push down.
Push down, and again, you're pushing as hard as you can with it,
Yeah, that's not
but
enough.
nothing happens.
Oh, boy.
It was a really
Can
good
we
idea,
throw something on it?
Give me a
But
second.
it might bounce.
Can you?
Also, it'd have to be heavy enough to register as a person, maybe.
Yeah.
What if Hemorrhoid was heavy? A heavy creature.
Like a
Like,
a
an
what?
elephant?
My brain just went to Nibbler because he eats black, dark
Yeah.
matter. It's just like
Half
eat
of-
Yes.
black holes.
Just,
So if
Um,
you polymorph one of
just have him
us,
poop dark
that
matter.
just basically adds to our hit points, right?
Yep.
What is the biggest thing you can polymorph me into?
That's an interesting idea.
What
Oh.
is the beefiest thing you could polymorph me into?
How? Yeah.
It's a CR rating of I think 1. So what? I don't know what
What's
that
not
is.
much.
I think a
Yeah,
grid.
that's not big.
You could maybe do like a
Uh,
bear
Yeah, you can
for
probably do
hit
it
points
there.
wise.
Yeah.
If you would do that, I will step into the.
Or a snake.
Wow, you're brave.
This is a bad idea.
Well, we
This
gotta
is a
figure out what
bad
it
idea.
does.
How many hit points do you have?
43.
I have more than you.
74.
I still have higher than you. I'm
But
half.
I mean, if you
That's
polymorph,
because
you
all
take the
of
new
you were
form.
taking max. I was
Ah,
not.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that too. That doesn't
I
bother me.
think I have more hit points than the rest of you. I think I am healthier than the rest of you.
I like the polymorph idea though, because that gives you an extra buffer.
Right.
Would you
Do
care
it.
Not
to?
that I have anything against like,
From
We
the
like
end
you
from the
more
end
than
of the
that.
hall.
Well,
do
not
it.
that we
Be
disagree,
reckless.
but-
Just do it.
What is the worst thing that happen?
You die.
Do we really ask that
Actually,
question
you know,
Again.
after the last incident, I'm all for it. For
I'm
Nyx.
volunteer.
Just climb the
Volunteers.
ceiling.
That's
I have
tribute.
volunteered.
So where are you going first?
So wait,
Hey.
did you polymorph me?
So I mean, you're a willing creature, so it should be easy. Yeah.
Okay, what am I now?
A bear?
Beer.
There?
All right, so that's going to give you some additional.
Additional stats.
Does it give you additional or just as soon
As soon as you hit 0 from your whatever you're polymorphed into,
You go
you
back
turn
to your
back
hit
into
points.
yourself, and any leftover damage you take.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm
leftover?
huge.
Yeah.
You're
back
huge
to
and
that,
heavy.
normally, yes.
This would be a perspective shift for you.
Black bear or
Grizzly bear if you can.
Whatever CR rating of 1 is.
Whatever the highest rating of
The-
bear.
the
Might be
Nice,
around
yeah.
Rating of
there.
one?
one.
Juan.
Juan?
Juan.
What is
Juan?
what's the highest challenge rating Mexican?
What does it say? Where is a grizzly? Come on.
Giant bear would probably be. It doesn't
Or
matter.
shit.
Like,
Or it might
it's
be
not
under brown
specific.
bear.
Brown bear probably.
There's not like a specific grizzly bear.
So I
stat.
realize
that-
I'm off camera.
I
Right
know
now.
there's like
Yeah.
the black
There's
bear,
a
and I
brown
know there's
bear
a
and a black
better
bear.
bear.
A better bear, a dire bear.
I think the brown bear's
I
probably.
think it's brown bear.
Yeah,
I think the
your brown bear's going to be your bigger one.
brown bear.
Okay.
Bears.
So I'm going to come over
Bears
here.
that are
Brown.
brown bear. We're blocking.
So where are you going?
Nothing.
I'm gonna step on to this
Oh.
one first.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stand there for a second.
Well, something's gonna happen.
Clear the whole hallway.
Oh.
And you have 16 additional temporary hit points.
Ooh.
What?
From stepping on the thing?
Yep.
Ooh.
Go for 2.
Guys, I feel strong.
Are these no?
Wait, I
Are
can't
What's
stop.
that?
are these 5 feet?
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Wait.
Yeah.
Hey,
Jump
Keith.
forward.
Just so we're clear, the CR rating is equal to or less of the target's rating. That's what it was, not just one.
Also
Okay.
polymorph from each other
Yeah.
makes that weird.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's a little
So
weird.
wait, what?
Yeah.
I mean, that would
No, the
kind of
CR rating,
be your level.
it's equal
Yeah,
to
it's
or
basically
less
your
to
level.
what you're
Wait,
targeting.
but isn't the CR based on a party of 5?
I don't know.
So
Yeah.
wouldn't it be like a 4 rather? So a fourth of your level.
At any rate, the bear is
It
perfectly
works. Okay,
doable.
it
The
works.
brown bear is perfectly doable.
Yeah, so you're gonna have like, you're
Yep.
probably not gonna be able to jump.
Do you want me to try?
But you could like step on multiple at the same time, maybe.
Or
I
just
don't-
book it. From
Yeah, let's play
there to
Twister.
there,
That's still bad.
there to there to there.
I can have you throw me to the next one.
Just do it.
I'll
Be
do it.
reckless.
I'll
What's
be
the
reckless.
worst that can happen?
I die!
Oh yeah, you don't say that. You
Yeah.
Bear
You do also notice that the aura of abjuration on that tile has gone away. No,
Oh.
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 It's
But
a
I
shield
feel
to get you across the
stronger.
rest of it.
Yes.
Oh, garbage on a stick.
Do it.
Okay,
Right.
I'm gonna book it to this tile.
Right paw
no,
red.
no, everybody else is gonna need that.
Well, we can shuttle people across the sea,
Hey.
maybe.
I can tie rope.
But not everybody can.
Okay. Hey,
I still think we should do floating disc.
I don't know that this is the time to
None of us
learn.
have
Wanna do
one.
that?
I
Who
do.
wants
Yes.
to learn how to tie rope?
Do it.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Right paw red.
Right, Paul.
Right paw red.
Take care of my spider, you guys. Both of them.
Well, you're holding the
You
body.
have bare hit points and 16 hit points and your hit points.
I'm gonna say just
I feel
roll
like
over
you'll
all
probably
of
be
them.
okay.
Take them all out.
The whole hall erupts in
That
flames.
was quite a laugh. I think you can do this. I believe in you.
I just hope that, like, having one person. No!
Yep, we don't know. We have no idea.
That is a lot of dice. You
That is
just
a lot
rolled.
of dice.
Ouch.
Hold on, how many?
What is your AC?
As a bear.
As a bear.
12.
11.
Oh, I can't.
11,
Where,
yes.
where are you looking? Oh.
Stupid concentration.
Oh dear. Oh, we all gonna die.
Well, maybe not all of us, but definitely
No.
me.
Don't worry, I'll let you die.
I don't think
What are
anyone's
you, what are
let
you
die.
gonna do about it? She'll be on the other side of the room before you get
Cast
to her.
healing spells from a distance.
He's gonna learn to. Clara's gonna learn to tie rope. It's fine.
So what is your AC?
11?
I'm gonna teach everyone to tie
If you don't
rope
make
right
it.
now.
You're a terrible human.
As darts come, you hear up. You all hear up,
Oh no.
Oh,
and you
no.
see four darts suddenly sprout from her polymorphed body.
Ah! Short
Next.
one,
Now the question
run!
is, are these poison?
Nix, are you okay?
You take 11 points of piercing damage,
And
and
yep,
Yeah.
there it is.
I need you to make. I need you to make 4 Constitution saving throws.
One for
One
each
for
dart.
each dart.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, these are poison.
As a bear?
Hit points? Sorry.
Freaking have Misty.
You should have
Hit points
transformed
as a
into
bear.
a
Yeah, but
snake.
you can't go
So 19.
that
Well, and
far.
that
Should have
won't get
transformed into
everyone
a
across.
snake.
Yeah, but do we need to? Well, we might need to get everyone across.
We probably should.
30.
I mean, can we not just use floating disc to just
Tie
float
rope.
everybody across, though?
Well, I mean, if worse comes to worse.
Because we're not putting any pressure on
If
them.
worse comes to worse, those of us who can climb can carry other people
Yes.
across. But
I
it was
can
good to see
climb.
what it does.
Hey, we can all die now.
And next should be okay.
Can we take the floating disc and put it like against the wall, like shield us as we go down?
It's
No.
fine. We can, it's fine.
Right.
So
Not that far.
4 Constitution saves.
With the bear statistics, which is a +2.
I'll spot everyone.
Is that for.
How many hit points does it better have?
you being on the ground.
No.
It's just such a bad idea.
How many hit points do you have as a bear?
Had
3, 4, I have. Wait, no, 30. Whatever.
Plus 16 on top of that.
Nope.
1.
take
You have
7
an
point-
inspiration. Welcome.
1.
Wow!
1 it is.
No!
Whoa.
Using a different die. If this is a 1, then
Oh, dang it.
unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. Okay.
That's the
you
first
will
one.
take.
First one.
You will take
3 points.
3 points of poison damage.
Oh, that's not too bad. I could
So
do this.
you are almost out of temporary hit points.
No, I've got 21.
No, you had
Temporary.
16 temporary hit points on
On
top
top
of
of
what you
the
had
bear.
as a bear.
Okay, I just added those all together in my temporary
Okay.
points. I haven't. That's what I'm doing.
Okay, gotcha.
Next con save.
Next Constitution save.
My goodness.
16.
Okay. You will take 4 additional points of poison damage.
Dwarves have resistance to poison damage.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the short
We
one.
have resistance
And
and we
advantage.
Should transformed into
I
a
could
snake.
walk across
Yeah, it should
this
be okay.
and be fine.
Okay.
Or something
Maybe.
with long legs.
Depends how many hit you.
But no
Five.
poison. If you're
I have shield.
6 points of
Pretty
poison
sure
damage.
You will shield, so that gives
just
you more
saying.
AC.
I don't think so.
Or not that we know it starts, but snakes.
Okay. 17.
And 3 points of poison damage.
Still in bear form.
And you
And
are
because
crossed.
you are stepping on
No, she hasn't even made it
Mirage,
across.
you regain another 10 temporary hit points.
She's only made it like 10 feet.
When she steps off of the other one, does it recharge?
No.
Oh.
Well, this is gonna be fun.
Yep. We
You
go
want to
back.
just start ferrying people across?
Well, yeah, once she's through, because I don't want to try and cross while there's darts flying.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Maybe we can shoot an arrow with a rope once she gets across and,
And then
like
tightrope?
zip line it. Or tightrope in your case, since you're very confident on the tightrope.
I'll have
Okay,
you
So
I'm
that's
gonna
how you
say-
died
Gonna
the
teach
first
everyone.
time.
Like-
Or we can just
Yeah.
carry people.
I was just a little too high. It's
You
fine.
still have
But if
have
there
your
aren't any
mental
of the
stats.
Yeah, but I
that-
can't talk.
walked
Yeah.
No, you cannot.
And
Yeah.
I didn't trigger any.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm not
Yes.
the only person who can do that.
That's
Yes.
right, that's true.
How
I
do
can
I
climb.
sign language in bear?
You don't.
You still have your intelligence.
Yes. I'm gonna point at Lance.
You don't have fingers.
You want me to get down?
I want to know if it's worth going on the rest of these, or if I should just go back
Turn
and we all try to
around.
get around.
The
ceiling.
tiles are not on the floor underneath me, right?
No.
I will very cautiously, like, so I'm standing on the wall, yeah, I'll put one toe down and see what happens. Alright, then I'll just step off the wall.
Rah, 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 rah.
Either go forward or go back!
Then go back.
How far can I jump as a bear?
Not far enough.
How
You-
car-
you can't get past the tiles going forward. You can get past them going back.
Because if we
Ixnay,
can, if it
get
looks
away.
like we can all just get or at least a few of us can get across, just going up, I don't see any point in me going through more physical pain.
Then
But that
don't.
means-
Any of
Then
us.
Actually, those are. Oh, so I answered you wrong before. Those are not 5-foot tiles. They're about 2.5 foot squares.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
well, that makes a
Ooh,
difference.
Okay.
That's better.
So that's not nearly as bad as we thought it would be.
No.
But you're in the middle right now.
So could she jump to the
You
end?
go forward or you go back?
No.
You could literally
I wanna-
just jump back.
Yeah,
to-
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna jump back over the zebra tile.
Okay.
I hope everybody moves.
Can I? I'm still a bear.
Yep.
Yep.
You're gonna leave me as a damn it.
Are these tiles
For 1
maybe
hour.
if you step in the door?
Oh my god. You're
Where's
an
that
adorable
distance?
bear then. Just so you know.
No,
adorable
they're
bear.
immediately inside the door.
May I ask you an interesting logistics question? Should I
I'm just trying to see if
Me.
I can
take my hammer and whack-a-mole the tiles as I go along, like 2 in a row, and do that? Can I bust tiles to make us a path?
No.
Okay.
So, as a bear, I'm going to point at Lance, point at the ceiling.
I'm gonna walk across the ceiling,
You know you
Okay.
can drop that, right?
and nothing happens,
know.
right?
Nothing happens.
And I'm gonna walk
did
over.
turn
I'm
into
gonna
a
come
bear.
out and walk.
Yeah.
So like on the
Exactly.
doorway, I'm gonna walk down the side, and I'm gonna pick up Sploof.
Okay.
Hey.
And well, you're a bear. You can climb.
Actually,
I can
wait,
climb, yes.
Sploof, you could probably fit on Sunshine.
Oh. Okay.
Sunshine can just crawl across the ceiling.
And that lets you carry
Okay.
someone else.
I will carry. Let's see.
I need to stay out. We have 2 people that we can't release.
Tenzer's floating disc.
I can
have-
Or
tend
we could pick them up and carry them. It's not like
I mean, that's a lot of weight.
It is
one at
a
a time.
How many of us need to go in here?
Well, this is a good
Wow.
defensive
Let's see.
position. I mean, tiles.
Yeah, true.
I do
kind of
have
armor do you have on?
tensors. I can carry like
Chain shirt.
I don't think that works
Because-
because it's a difference. How tall is the roof?
I'm picking you up.
It's about 10 to 15 feet.
Oh, if it's okay, so if it's a difference of 10 feet, then it can move. Any like 11 feet or 10.1 feet, and it can no longer move. So you'd have to go along the wall, I would think.
That's doable.
Hold on to my back. I'm while they're discussing this,
The dwarves
he's
are.
he's getting on my back, and I'm gonna carry him across.
Okay.
You can climb.
I can
So
climb.
you've got that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Will
I can
tensors
also
hold a
carry
bear?
someone, maybe.
I believe tensors can hold 300 pounds? Or is it 500
500.
pounds?
Yeah.
So why are we leaving her as a bear?
Because he's an
Because-
ass.
She turned me into boar.
Yeah, but she just took a bunch of poison darts.
For you,
Yeah.
essentially.
That's a fair point.
And it's going to be a lot harder to get her across when she's a bear.
Oh.
Like, think super dejected, like Winnie the Pooh.
So
I'm
you're
sitting
you're not
against the
you're
wall.
like you're as I say, you're not even on all fours anymore. You're like sitting there like.
not even my paws in front of me, like they're next to me, just kind of.
Oh.
Spell magic.
Alright.
And that's
No, he wasted a spell.
So
You made
now
him waste a spell.
you keep
You're a
Yeah.
terrible
temporary
person.
hit points.
I didn't know he was gonna do that.
Sweet.
All right, I'm
How
coming
long?
back for somebody else.
Tisk.
You don't know.
You're a good
I don't know.
character.
I just let's see. I guess I could
We'll
carry
pick
someone,
up
maybe.
your disc, please.
Yes.
Get on my back.
Don't like not being able to talk, you guys.
Hold on.
I'm
I'm
gonna
just,
go
I
with
I'm
weigh
ferrying
nothing.
Elias
If
across.
it's- if
I
you
weigh
want
So
to
nothing.
carry
Elias
one-
and
It's
Meyer
Yeah,
are
these two
across.
are now on the other side.
Oh yeah.
That's probably
Yeah.
what I would
Yeah.
do.
And I can
Grab
tensors
the
you.
wizard.
Yeah. If
So
you
meanwhile,
decide-
guys,
Yeah.
Meyer and Elias have been ferried across by Gideon.
Coming back.
I have
I'm across.
climbed
Anybody else?
across.
And I brought her
Well, we
and
probably have to wait for 10 minutes, unless you're gonna just cast it. Are you doing it as a ritual, or are you
oh,
doing
I
it
forgot that I
as...
could do it as ritual.
Let's just get everyone across.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would probably be faster at this point to either have Sunshine or him cut across, and that doesn't use the spell slot. So
All right, who else is
That's-
coming?
Grab the 2 wizards.
Well, if Sunshine comes back, then I'll.
Do you want to take wizard number 1?
I'll carry a wizard across,
Okay.
Wizard number 1?
and I'll make it very clear if he struggles, I'm dropping him.
you take all the poison damage, and then maybe I can have you for lunch.
Don't worry, they won't actually eat you.
Well, the goblin might.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
goblin,
No guarantees.
they are tasty.
You will not eat.
Look at you talking to.
I tried to best
sharp,
not
pointy teeth.
just not to ask.
Wizard
things
1 is
like
across,
this.
going
Okay.
back for wizard 2.
Okay.
So,
When it comes
if I
to
just
food.
like peek around the corner of the sides, what do we see?
Which one?
As this side.
The left
If
one.
we're just
This,
like
this side there.
yeah, if I just look around the corner, what do I see?
Look around the corner.
Got to use.
Okay.
Look further around the corner.
Further around the corner.
Oh gosh,
Freaking
it's a maze.
Go check the other
Mother
one.
buckets.
I go to the other side.
It's magic.
I think we should split up.
No.
Here, Keith, do you want your book back?
You know, this is very common knowledge. They say do not split the party. However,
Hey.
I disagree.
Do I
think
have
we should
any
split.
knowledge of maze traps
No.
within my travels?
Is it dark in there?
Yes.
Should I put your hand on the left wall?
Yes, put your
Follow
hand
the
on
left
the left
wall.
wall.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Put your hand on the left
You
wall.
want me? You
Oh.
want me
Left
to do
wall.
this puzzle?
And what about with
I
dark
mean,
vision?
you can do whatever you
What's
want.
that?
I'm still
Dark vision?
ferrying people.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of darkness. It's a matter of there are walls blocking line of sight.
Okay.
Now I'm bringing Clara across.
I
Do
probably
the walls
weigh
go
a
to
lot.
the ceiling?
I carried him.
What's that?
Do the walls go to
Yes.
the ceiling?
I weighed nothing. Do I activate pressure plates if I weigh nothing?
Well, you don't weigh nothing. You just fall at a very reduced rate.
Right.
You can probably jump across.
You essentially
Okay, so
squirrel
at this
suit.
point, everyone
Right.
is across.
Well,
Yes.
everyone except for the people who can climb, or the people on the spider, I
climbed,
guess.
Yes.
Yeah, and which we.
We
Right.
We did.
Okay.
So yes,
So we're good.
So what's the plan, guys?
Let's just go for it.
everyone,
Which
all
way?
at once,
YOLO.
different ways.
So, what I couldn't tell you while I was there, stepping on those tiles made me stronger.
Can I see the paper?
I can't reach that far.
Well, that's fun.
We can pass it around. It's fine.
You mean stepping on like this one?
The rabbit
Oh.
ones.
Which one?
That one?
The rabbit one.
The rabbit
Top
one?
rabbit one.
Yeah, stepping on the
The-
on the rabbit
The
tiles.
top one? Closest?
Yep.
Okay.
On our side.
It casts fireball.
That's not that duration.
You have 9 temporary hit points.
It
And
made
the
me
the
stronger.
the abjuration fades from that one as well.
Just so you know, we can't use those again. Apparently.
But it does make you temporarily stronger, which kind of makes me think that the whole idea of being reckless, like the message over the door thing, is kind of what they're going for here.
Alright then.
It makes sense that it would be
Reckless then?
I call a shotgun.
I'm
This is the worst themed birthday party ever.
Climbing up on the ceiling,
Okay.
going this way, following the
And
outer
I'll
wall,
go
and I'm
the
just gonna put a
opposite
hand
way.
out. So I follow that wall the whole time and
So the
start.
left wall,
Yep, and
Yes.
start going.
And I'll go this way.
which means the right wall because
Yes.
it's upside down. Okay.
And I'll go this way.
I'll follow Elias.
Okay. So let's go
Alright.
with Gideon first.
We're gonna die.
I was told to be reckless.
I go with Gideon.
I mean, I'm
And
just
that's
on the
saying
ground.
Gideon
that's
does best.
Yes.
what seems
And I'm looking out for any traps or anything like
to
that.
make sense here.
Make me a perception check, please.
And I'll look for traps when I get a second.
14.
14.
DM butt.
No.
And I'm just gonna keep going, following the wall. So
Is he singing in the background?
he does that.
How did I do that?
I love
I
it.
don't know how you did that, Keith.
Oh,
I'm
because I'm not drawing in the other side. I'm sorry.
I kind of wish everybody else can hear that. Maybe they can. I don't know. But it's really great. It makes me
You know, I
happy.
hadn't heard him do that till I was at your house. Now it makes me wonder if he does that at work.
Probably.
I hope so.
I
kind
want
of
that to
doubt
be
it'll
so.
work, but I don't actually know the answer to that question.
What on earth is that?
Hell.
That is a door.
That is a door. What a door. What a door. Oh, a door.
I'm gonna go
Knock,
past
knock,
it and keep following the wall till I have discovered more of the maze before I open the door.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I'm on the ground going with Gideon.
What was your perception?
14.
What is your perception?
It wasn't good.
Oh dear.
Going back to the door.
Like, ooh, it's dark
Alright,
in
we're
here.
gonna come back to you. And which way are you?
I'm going this way and I'm watching for traps.
Make me a perception check.
And I'm going slightly behind, but with.
Yeah,
I got a 12.
17.
Civil
For me.
Bad decisions are being made.
If reckless is the theme.
But it's also
Which direction?
take the path least expected.
Yes.
So this way.
This way? Okay.
Guess this is good as mine.
I'm gonna.
So, does Sploof remember
I feel like we should have
the last
two
time we went through a
months.
door?
We
And
do.
no more.
He's going on one side and I'm going on the other side.
Yeah, I'm with him though.
And I'm with Elias.
I'm gonna come with you guys because if reckless is
Would you
the
like to
theme,
come with
I
us?
trust you
Which way?
more
Yes.
reckless than
What
Elias.
do you mean which way?
I'm not sure
You
that's
come
a
to
good
the
thing.
intersection,
Release my
left
arm
or
and
right?
yours and carry you away. Well, not really carry you because you're
So,
Yeah, that way.
that way?
So then,
I'm just like crouched down. I'm just like.
does
walking.
Sploof remember going through a door and having to fight the demon?
Maybe that was an alternate sploof.
I think that
Left
was
or
an
right?
alternate spoof.
Yes.
We don't know that all of them were evil, and we don't know how many there were.
We'll never know.
We know that there were at least 10.
And there was a pressure plate there.
I'll go back this direction.
I want to message Elias. Hey, what you see over there?
Just bunch of rooms with pressure plates.
And the door!
And the door.
Keith,
Yeah, I think us too.
let me know.
I'll
when you
just
come back.
explore the rest of the place
Okay.
real quick. See if I see anything else.
Okay.
And then if there's anything else, I'll
All right.
get to the
So
door.
about that point, you guys are both sort of at,
From the roof, and I'm going to tell the two people with me to move back. I'm going to cast Mage Hand and use Mage Hand to open the door.
Okay. A shaft of natural light spills from a tiny square hole in the ceiling onto a carved stone pedestal. An ornate stone cube rests on its surface.
I send Mage Hand to get the cube.
Okay.
I open the door. I open
No,
the door.
Elias, don't!
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Message.
It's too late.
It's too late.
Yeah, it's too late.
All right. So you look in just in time to see one of the cubes lift up off a stone pedestal and float through the open doorway across from you.
And
Do I,
as soon as it gets through the doorway, it goes
Do I
up.
do I see them on the other side?
So
These two were with me, they
Yeah.
said, and they're
Yeah,
probably
so
further
we're
back
on the
the
ground.
hallway.
yeah, so you can see them.
Someone grabbing the cube?
Got it!
Yes!
Point of order. Who stayed behind? Did anybody other than myself?
There's the three of us. Well,
There's
three
four of us.
and
Yeah.
then Sploof and Elias went together.
And I took right
Alright.
with.
yeah.
So nope.
Deteriorate.
So it is me and the.
You and the prisoners.
Yeah.
You and the wizards.
Okay. So.
Oh dear. This was a poor choice. I should have
Whoa.
stayed.
I should have stayed.
What's the worst that could happen?
So give that to
Yep.
Gideon, please.
Aww.
So I'm
The
going
adorable
to
cube.
begin talking to them again,
Cute.
Okay.
and I'm going to say, you understand that it is not our purpose to hurt you. However, we are very capable of doing so.
I like lunch.
I would like to be able to speak to you, but I do understand that you are wizards and that you cast spells using
Words.
using your words.
You seem
Now, I will temporarily ungag one of you if you will promise to me, and I'm going to go ahead as I'm saying this and cast
Zone of-
Zone of Truth. If you will promise to me within this space that you will not cast any spells without my explicit permission.
As a side note, Keith, I would have bound their hands with the goal of them not being able to use somatic components, and we took their
Bags.
component
I've got
pouches
their
or whatever they use
Yes.
for material components.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember.
And if they're gonna roll, then they would need to roll.
Or
Or they could choose to fail.
Or they can choose, as they do, to not say anything. Especially since they are.
well, no, they
Gagged.
still have to make the save.
I mean, yeah, they would need to make the save. But
Okay.
then, And I would know whether or not they succeeded or failed.
What is it?
Pretty bunny.
It is a wisdom save of 14.
They both make the save.
Okay. Now you could have chosen to not succeed at defending your minds from this spell. That would have been a wise option. As things stand, I for my own safety and that of my friends, I have no choice but to leave you. Here. I am sorry.
You are more terrifying than any of the rest of us.
They're just. One of them's just giving you that sort of cocked eyebrow. It's like. Make me an insight check.
I'm so good at these.
You're going to leave us here?
Oh, that's actually not good though. That's a bad roll. Insight. So it's gonna be 14.
It could be worse.
You can still get a sense of what they're thinking. It's like, you don't trust us. Why should we trust you? You attack, and you realize, for good reason, your party attacked first.
Yes, and I understand.
Just
It's
gonna
difficult.
lay that
It
out
is-
there.
It is difficult to trust my work, but I can swear to you.
And both of them just sort of nod as if, duh.
I can swear to you by my God that I tell you the truth.
How about we just
It is
take them
not
to
our
the center and
It is
keep
not our
them
intention
bound
in any
and
way to
use
hurt.
Mage Hand to hit a pressure plate? And
However,
And they shrug, it's
Just
like,
leave them at
for
the
what
side.
that's worth.
All the doors.
it is not our intention to hurt
Yeah.
you, but for our safety and
Be
in
long enough to
effect,
not be a problem
in
for
the
us.
end of things, for your safety, we
technically
must
we
leave
left
you
them
gagged
alive.
for now. I would, however, at some point like to speak
I mean,
with
they'll
you,
probably
but
get
it
free
will
of it.
require
Yeah,
a
It'll
word of
take
honor
long enough that they
within
can
zone
send
of
them
truth.
to us.
So, understand that we will perhaps try this again tomorrow.
You get the sense that
Steven.
if they could make an obscene gesture, they would.
Just gonna be inundated by inspirations.
I'm just going to pat him on the cheek. I'm sorry. And I'm going to turn and just watch and keep watch.
We all get back with the cube.
Like a Jewish mom. It's great.
Okay. Make me a perception check, please.
So good. Hopefully I roll better.
One of them is about to
That's going to be a 26.
Nice.
One of them has been trying to work the bonds around his wrists free, and has slit his wrists trying to do so.
Oh no!
Oh jeez.
That's his own fault.
This is a really bad idea. That's healing word.
I can't
Spell slot.
decide if you're being merciful or if it's just that much more terrible that you keep healing them.
If you
Kill
continue
him
to
so
do
you can
this,
keep
you
hurting
will do
them.
more damage to yourself than we have done to you.
Is Clara actually a sadist?
Maybe.
You know, at this point, the jury's still out.
If you do this again, we will be forced to make you unconscious so that you cannot hurt yourself further. Please do not continue this thing.
The one that didn't sustain the injury just kind of rolls her eyes at you.
A harder pat this time. And then I'm going to turn around and, and keep watch.
Okay.
We got another cube.
So let's get out of here.
Well, about what
Wait,
time is it at this point?
It is about midday at this point.
Yeah, we have plenty of time.
Do we want to try and see if we can find another shrine?
So when we get back, I'm actually gonna ask Clara. So, how are the prisoners?
Well, they're prisoners. You can understand they cannot trust us and they would like to escape if that is possible. They have injured themselves, and I sort of like point to the bloodied rope. I would like to find a way to free them if we can, but it is apparent we cannot trust them. However, I think that they will hinder our progress.
So they're not willing to talk.
I have not ungagged them.
That's fair.
It's kind of difficult to talk this way. I do believe that they may have some interest that align with ours, but it is difficult to say, of course, without talking to them, but the issue with talking to them would be, well, talking to them. Unless I have a thought, and I'm going to look back over at them, I'm going to say, we will speak with you. Will you choose to fail the spell that I used earlier?
Can they use
Or we can
verbal
ungag them
components with
slowly
message?
and put a knife to their throats.
Can they
I
message
don't like this idea.
without that being a verbal
That is
component?
not a good way to get truthful and honest
Well,
communication. There is a way that we could speak with you if you choose to fail the spell. We could
think
speak
I
with you in your
I have
minds,
counter charm.
so that there will be no need to worry about verbal components to your spells. Would you
What
agree?
is that? What level is that?
It's level 3.
Okay, level 3. I think I took it.
Alright, and I'm going to use my last second level spell and cast Zone of Truth.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I don't have it, so that works.
I could use my mask.
So we're
to
gonna
see
gag
what their,
him?
like,
No.
stuff is.
Okay.
Do they succeed or fail? Or do they try?
Just trying to connect with them.
They don't try this time.
Meyer, would you do me a favor? Can you speak with them? Will you communicate for us via your
Oh, sure. I could do that.
So I think you would need to open this communication first, yes?
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to message them and said,
No, messages isn't like that, is it?
It's well, I mean,
It's
it's a
it's
single.
verbal. It's a whispered message.
Yes, but they. Oh, I don't know.
Can they respond? The spell doesn't say that you have to be able to actually.
It says
One
they can
creature you
respond,
point to.
right?
Yeah,
There's a
it doesn't say you have to actually be able to
says-
speak like out loud.
It says you can reply with a whisper. So
Right, and so I don't know if that would count if they're gagged because they could still say words, they just couldn't.
No, I don't think it would
I
work.
don't know.
No?
I don't think that's not how messages work.
We could still ungag them,
If they chose
and I
to
just
fail
put a
their
knife
saving.
on their fingernail.
Let's ungag
I like
one of
this
them,
one.
and they'll know that we're all here waiting. And if they try and cast a spell, they won't like the
They
consequences.
would have to. They'd have to be able to whisper. Yeah.
All right, I did. The arcane is not my specialty. I did misunderstand. So what we're going to begin to do is I'm going to ungag. Do you have a preference? All right. So I pick one at random, and I'm going to say, now remember, there are lots of us here, and we are not particularly trusting, as you encountered earlier.
And goblins are always hungry.
If
I will not.
Do you want
I
to hold your
promise.
action?
can I hold my
Hit 'em
action
if
for
they cast a spell?
silence?
I like
Oh,
to.
Yeah,
that's a good
I'm gonna
I'll
hold my
action
action
to hit
for
one of them
silence.
with my,
If they,
maul if they try to cast a spell.
yeah, I will hold my action for silence in case they try to cast a spell.
Please don't make me regret this. I'm going to remove the gag.
Good character.
as a deterrent.
You're
And I'm
a
going
good
to go ahead and
character.
first,
As a deterrent.
before
Character.
anybody speaks, I'm going to go ahead and hand him some water.
You've only taken the gag off.
Oh,
He
I
still
assume you
doesn't
hold
have
it up
his
to
hands.
his.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
it's my globule, so
Ah.
I go
Ah.
ahead and it's water. I'm assuming that you have something of the cotton enough after the gag.
Okay,
Just
so
be glad you did not use sploof cloth.
So he takes the sip and drinks a little bit of water and grudgingly looks as though he's a little bit thankful for it.
What is your name? I am Clara.
Claudius.
I like your name. It is a good beginning. A name is important. So, Claudius,
Much better than being attacked, certainly.
certainly is.
I had reflux.
Don't look at us in that tone.
You can understand that in a place such as this, we are wise to not be trusting of those who we encounter.
There are dark forces at work in this city. I will grant you.
Indeed. So I have a few questions for you. We've noticed that there are several factions in the city. You belong to the wizards. There are also the Yuan-Ti and the kobolds.
And
What is the
big thing.
interaction between these?
I can't speak for the others, but my brothers and sisters and I are here searching out the root cause of the death curse.
I see. This is a noble goal. Now, that said, I think that I speak for my friends and myself when I say that perhaps in this our goals align. And I did notice that that was something that was a trigger word perhaps for you as we spoke earlier. To what end do you seek the death curse? To end the death curse or to gain control? They perhaps are not mutually exclusive.
I would say that they are not mutually exclusive goals.
Indeed. Well, then I think we understand where you're coming from because you spoke evasively. However, that is not an issue currently.
I would ask, what is your goal?
We seek to end this. My compatriots have suffered death under various circumstances.
You have my condolences.
A chunk of my ear falls off.
So we're seeking, of course, to remedy this, that they might no longer suffer such
Be dying.
indignities as losing ears.
Death and decay are a natural part of the order of life.
I do agree with you on this.
I would question why one would wish to hold such an end off.
That is actually a very fair question. It is my theological belief that death is an important part of life. It is a cycle, yes? However, there are things granted to mortals to perhaps remedy an early end. I do believe that on death and eternal life is a malady. However, I do think that we've been granted an ability to be returned for an important purpose. That being said, this is all theological, and they get bored really easily. You do not want them to get bored.
I have taken the string
Heavens, I would
from
hate
Bright's
for them to
satchel and I'm
act
sewing my ear back on.
Did you by
Oh my
chance
God.
hear when we read that acting
Okay.
rashly is a large
I'll
part
allow
of this
it.
temple? And doing so allowed us another one of the cues, which you
I'm
prepared.
helping
Can
you.
you tell us more about these cues? What are they? What do they do? How do they interact? We understand they are important.
Thank you.
Oh. 1 second, let me find.
What does he know about cubes?
Sister Zagmira claims that they are the key to entering the tomb.
The tomb, I assume, is the large circular structure in the center of the city.
You may assume what you wish.
So, although our goals may align, it seems that you are not willing to share information.
Let's just say that circumstances have forced me to be wary.
Circumstances seem specifically dealing with the rash members of my party, or in general.
Of course.
Yes.
What was the other? What was the other cube found?
That is a very good question. We are, of course, seeking these cubes so that we might gain entrance to, you called it the tomb, as well.
I did.
Did we know we were going to the zoo?
I
No.
should
We do now.
Yeah, we do now.
You said Sister Zakira?
Zagmira.
Zagmira.
It was found in a shrine in the eastern part of the city.
I see, thank you. That is helpful. Now my next question is perhaps the most telling. Would you, and perhaps your compatriot, although I suppose he could speak for himself under other circumstances, would you and perhaps even your order be interested in allying yourself with us that we might assault this tomb, that we might
He moves real
move
fast.
forward?
Yes, indeed.
I am in no position to speak for my order.
But for yourself.
For myself, I'm not yet inclined to trust you,
That is of course fair.
understandably.
Is there something wrong with your eyebrow? I have string, we can fix it.
We fixed his ear.
Nothing builds trust more than string.
String is fun. I like string.
I've grown
The only
attached
thing
to
I
it.
would trust string to build is a kite.
I like him.
Does anyone else have any particular questions? Do you have any questions of us?
Maybe.
Well, I guess the question is, what are we gonna do with them?
Well, I suppose that depends on them.
Well, it all should depend on, do we want to stay here and wait out for the rest of the day, or do we want to continue on?
I don't know, a more defensible spot in the city.
True, we still have half a day though.
Yeah.
We can camp inside please.
If we're gonna camp now, that's exactly what we're going to do.
So what all should be a good idea if we took this time to take a long rest, and then perhaps sneak around in
At
the
night.
nighttime.
That's not a bad idea.
Good thinking.
Except a few of the different things that we've come across involve sunlight. Like,
Not sunlight necessarily, but light from your.
Yeah, I don't.
well, I mean, weren't there like pillars of light on the monkey's paws?
I don't know if they were.
Yeah, but only if
from
you looked at
outside.
them through the.
Yeah, I don't believe they were coming from outside.
Probably magical light.
And even
Also,
if it
let's
does require
not
being
talk
in the day.
shop in front of our guests.
I don't know that it particularly matters at this point, but
Those ones they can't really correct.
that is what we don't want to share.
Let's not
Yeah.
Sharing
talk
mechanics
shop.
is not a problem, however. Did you have any questions of us? Any requests perhaps? You understand precautions must be taken, but it would be, of course, our pleasure to provide what we can in terms of amenities.
You have our word, we will not harm you again. For now.
Provided that that is within our capabilities.
Which is it, Mar?
As long as you don't provoke us, we're good.
He's caving. He's caving. Don't give it away.
It's the string.
I suppose, and it's at this moment that there is a poof in the courtyard,
No.
and an enormous feathered T-Rex appears in the courtyard with you guys.
Can he fit in
No.
the door?
Of course not.
Not in the door, no.
Are we in the courtyard?
No, we're in.
We're
right at the
Yeah, no, we're back over here.
Oh,
we
okay.
haven't crossed
We,
that
we haven't
threshold.
we haven't crossed the
Oh, never mind
tiles
then.
yet.
Yeah,
Never
we
mind.
haven't crossed
Never
the
mind.
tiles yet.
But we
it
know what's
still
waiting.
appears. It does
It
appear.
does appear outside.
Oh, let's move this conversation further in.
Agreed.
Yeah.
For a moment, we will take you again. I do apologize.
I'm actually going to blindfold both of them as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Okay.
Well, I can fit.
Where you guys
To the
heading? To the
To the
pedestal?
center, the center
Yeah,
room.
the middle
Yes.
part right there.
Okay.
Yes.
Easily done.
Okay, and then I'm going to ungag the same one again. After having him nod his head, he will not cast any spells.
And we can unblindfold both of them
Okay.
as well.
And blindfold. I do apologize. There is a particular T-Rex that is causing trouble.
Yeah, actually, do you guys know anything about that?
The beast is impressive.
That is one way of putting it.
Indeed.
And I take it he is not controlled by any of the factions of the city.
No.
That is
Run away.
Perhaps fortunate, perhaps not. Again, I ask, do you have any requests of us? What can we do?
You mean beyond the obvious?
You understand why that might be difficult to do. Not necessarily impossible should we believe that we can trust you, and we can try that again in the morning. I am currently unable to cast this again, and we have left the space in which it was viable. But provided that that trust can be made and assured, then I do not see a problem with letting you go.
I find it ironic that you ask us to trust you.
I don't believe I asked that. Simply we have to ascertain that we can trust you. And I do understand that trust is a two-way street. However, considering our circumstances and you being allied with a group that we are unfamiliar with perhaps goals that, allied with ours, at least in terms of finding this death curse source, may not be, as you said, mutually exclusive. We do have to maintain our secrecy within the city. So should we let you go and you were to escape, we could be compromised. You also are wizards of some renown within our world, and we do not know your capabilities. It is wise of us to be careful. Perhaps
I will remind you that you attacked first.
indeed,
Fair point.
perhaps recklessly, and I do apologize for
Perhaps recklessly.
that. Perhaps we do not know.
I mean,
Currently,
we helped
you have
you.
not. Currently, you have not betrayed that, but we do not know because you are bound and gagged. I would like to fix this. I would. However, we do have to be careful. I'm sure that you understand this.
Alternatively, we could have just killed you.
We would prefer not to do this, however. I have healed.
believe our conversation is done.
all right, Doombrow.
I do give you one more opportunity. Is there anything that we could do within obviously constraints that we could do to make you more comfortable?
And he just looks at you.
All right, no, sleep well.
I'm going to blindfold both of them again,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna try and go ahead.
The other one, I'm going to say once he's blindfolded, please understand. Do not try any kind of magic. I do not want to have to hurt you. And I'm going to press water against his lips as well.
She actually,
She.
she does drink.
So I'm gonna pull everybody to the other side of the chamber and have sort of quiet conversations so the wizards can't hear us.
I am not inclined to leave. I do not want them to hurt themselves or to try to.
Well, I don't think
can
we
kill
should.
him in a moment.
I don't think we should leave.
I'll stay.
Yeah.
By them.
Oh, all right.
Or could you just leave Henry with them?
Other than I guess squeak maybe.
I mean, on the other hand, they're only across the room, so like
Yeah.
we can still
Oh,
keep an
yeah.
eye on them from over here.
So I'll just keep an eye on them.
I just didn't want them like listening to us
Oh.
discuss things.
I mean, it's not that big a room, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can like
Hey.
whisper quietly
You
in the
know, I
corner.
could still.
You could put them in
I could
silence.
put them in silence again because
Are you
it
willing-
deafens them.
Mhm.
So
Can you do it so it doesn't hit all of us?
as long
As
as
long
we're
as we
not
move
in the
20
20
away.
feet radius.
Is there a way?
In
Could
the
we maybe
corner
open the
of the
door
room.
and cast it down the hall?
I can cast it wherever.
The room itself is 10 feet by 20 feet.
So if we opened the door to the hall and like cast it at a point down the hall, could we?
Wait, like it's a radius, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From a point
So,
that you
From
choose.
a point
But
that I choose.
Can't you just choose to cast
Yeah,
it
just-
a little farther off, and then like part of the
Out of the
part of
wall? I
the
think
out
you
of the
have to be able
wall
to
would be
s-
silent?
You have to
have to be
see.
able to
You have
see
to
it.
see
Able
the
to
point
see
you're
a
casting
point.
it at. So we
Oh,
could.
Okay.
I'm thinking we could just open the hallway and cast it
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
further
That
down
works.
to
Oh,
catch
yes.
them.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
works. That
Yeah.
works. That's fine.
All right, so we'll do that then.
I can
Okay.
do that. Okay.
Okay.
So
Thank you, Brett.
And we knew these were
It's all
the
myself.
Red Wizards of Thay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, that's you kind of assume that's what they were.
So their order doesn't have a very stellar reputation.
That's an understatement.
I
Yeah,
mean, to be fair, neither do goblins.
true. There's an exception to every rule.
I guess you're not wrong.
But I don't particularly trust them. I don't want to just kill them, but I don't think we can let them go, and I agree with you. I think carrying them around with us will slow us down. What we could do, we could loose their bonds. Well, we can keep them for the night. I assume we're going to camp tonight.
Yes.
Through the night, we can alternate. Like, we can free their hands so long as they're blindfolded and gagged, just to make sure they can't cast any spells, and ungag them to eat. Anyway, rotate through that, and someone keep watch on them through the night. And then tomorrow, I would say we leave them here. We loosen their bonds enough that within the next day or two, they should be able to wiggle free and get out of here. But by the time they manage to get free, we're gone. So even if they want to send people after us, they don't know where we are. That seems the best option, short of killing them, which I'd rather not.
Yeah, we don't kill them, so that's good, right?
So this way they saw how we went through yeah, they did.
They were back against the wall. They have no idea.
Oh, right.
yeah.
They're resourceful. They can figure it out.
As long as they don't have pressure points.
And this way we don't have to worry about them coming after us or sending people after us as soon as we leave here, and we don't have to kill them.
But they also could alert their order to be looking for us, which I think is.
Everybody's gonna be looking for us at some point.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to stay hidden forever
That's true.
eventually. That's why hopefully this will buy us a day or two. And it's a big city.
Yes.
So even if they're going to go, and I don't know if we're worth the trouble given everything else going on in the city.
Although we did take their cube.
Right.
And if they need all of these cubes as we think we do, then
True.
they have to go through us.
They know that we at least have two.
I would like to have a pet Doombrow I don't know what to call the other one. Could be fun.
I don't know that we have a way to keep them
I think-
docile like a pet.
I
Yeah,
think that
we should.
someone would have to babysit them and we'd have to keep them bound and gagged the whole time, and that
Pretty much.
could get
Yes.
someone killed.
Fair
Indeed.
enough.
Including them, potentially, which
So we guard them through the night,
Afterwards.
leave them here, and we loosen their bonds enough that they should be able to wriggle out in a couple days.
in the morning, as I told them, we could have a frank discussion under the bonds of magic.
I don't think they're gonna talk to us anymore.
And regardless, even if these two agree to work with us, I don't trust their order.
And we don't necessarily need their order. If we can, perhaps we bind them to silence.
I can use my mask to see what their what kind of personality they are.
I am hesitant to delve into someone this way magically.
Do we have a way to bind them to their word after they give it?
I mean, in
I don't
theory,
think
yes,
so.
they cannot willingly tell a lie. So provided we are explicit,
Right, but as soon as the zone of truth goes down, what's to stop them from breaking their word?
Yeah.
They have to tell the truth inside the zone, but after that,
Yes.
Yeah.
they could change their mind. I think it's a big risk
perhaps.
to keep them around with us.
I think that our best option is just to leave them here
Yes.
after. Like, it's
Yeah.
not ideal. I know you'd rather not do that, but. And there's also the chance that they could lie to us eventually and then stab us in the back later because we
The
do
only-
have 2 of their cubes.
The only other safe thing to do would be to kill them outright. I don't see any way of
Well,
taking them
yeah.
with us or helping them out of here and it not becoming a much bigger issue later.
Yeah.
This way we at least buy ourselves a little time and we don't have to kill them.
There's also
I
the
agree
chance
with
to step on pressure plates in here. And
It's
then
true,
not our
and
problem.
kill themselves.
that.
Should I see the
No.
look in Clara's eyes? Should we leave a little guide of what to do?
No, if they're not smart
No,
enough to get out
they're
of here, that's
also
not our
they've-
problem.
Also,
Yeah,
I don't know
that
that
is-
it is possible.
They've
also
they've
true.
gotten at least one cube out
That's
of one
true.
of these temples themselves.
Yes.
They're probably smart enough to figure it out.
I'm sure they are.
Imagine they are wizards.
Yeah, they seem intelligent, right?
So we then let them know that this is going to be the case.
No.
Not the morning.
No,
Not till we leave them. We
Yes.
want to keep them in the dark for as long as possible
It is
because
true.
if they know that we're planning on leaving them here, that means that their window for trying something to get free of us is now, and that will make them a lot more likely to be reckless. We
Yes.
still are going to have to watch them anyway, but the more they know about our plans, the more power we're giving them.
but
I say we
will,
keep them in
will
the dark.
warn them before we leave that they will be on their own.
Not necessarily.
No, we don't have to do that.
I was honestly planning on leaving them gagged, tied up, blindfolded, and let them wriggle free and figure it out themselves.
Yeah.
I don't think they're our friends. I think they're definitely our enemies. And that doesn't warrant outright killing them, but that doesn't
It
mean I'm
doesn't
going to
kill
be
them,
nice
but
to
it buys
them.
us more time.
Perhaps, yes.
If they're smart enough to get a cube, they're smart enough to get out of the bonds and eventually get out of here.
It's just road.
And we will loosen their bonds tomorrow enough to that they should be able to without hurting themselves, unless they're idiots.
Which, if they are, also not our problem.
That's a personal problem.
That is pretty fair.
I think we're being incredibly just here.
Yeah.
Can I have enough time for him to teach me the eyebrow thing, though?
I'm pretty sure if roles were reversed, we would all be dead. Or slaves.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Probably.
So I agree with Nix. I think we're being more than generous with what we're
I agree.
going to give
I
them.
find it agreeable.
Cool.
And
Plan?
if Clara, if you can think of any other better solutions, I'm game for it. I just don't see anything other.
I will sleep on it.
And we'll have to have someone keep watch on them through the night as well.
Yeah, we'll take shifts and all that.
And once again, if they have one of their bound, one of they're either unblindfolded, whatever, the other two have to stay bound just to make sure
So
that
it's
they
the
don't try.
afternoon. Are we gonna stay here for the rest of the day, or are we gonna
Try
try
to
and
move during the night.
There's no,
try doing
I think so.
it in the night?
Sorry. Should at least make it easier to move around the city.
Yeah.
Yes.
Agreed.
Okay.
Great.
We'll
Well
take
then,
it,
perhaps we feed them now.
Yep.
One at a time.
Yep.
Naturally.
I can cook.
Yes, I do. I think that I will summon some food, if that is all right. That way it is.
It'd be faster.
Okay.
You're an idiot. She can cook.
Yes, but Sploof cannot.
Spoof, definitely.
Yes,
We've,
Blue cannot. Okay.
At least not
So feeding
things
one at
that
a
are
time.
edible for other
And
Okay.
creatures.
since we're gonna ungag them, we'll keep their hands in their.
Okay.
Do we unblindfold them as well?
They don't need
If
to
we
be.
unblindfold them, we keep them in silence.
That's
That way they can eat.
Yeah, if we want to keep
Yeah.
silence up, that's fine.
Yeah,
If that's
I
alright
can
with
keep
you,
it
Bill.
for another 10 minutes.
alright.
Yeah.
This is.
So.
Yeah, make it quick.
I only well we probably talked for 5 minutes, so 5 more minutes.
We,
I have
We get this quickly.
yeah.
Okay. So feeding the prisoners.
And okay, so before we go to that, also we do not talk shop tonight in this room.
No.
We do not let them know what we're
Yeah,
planning,
it's
what
not-
we're
yeah,
doing, what we've already done. We keep them as much in the dark as possible.
We all make up fake names and tell fake stories all night.
Bingo.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Hey, I could just
We're gonna get everyone watching.
tell. We could just tell stories of told. That's fine.
Now, outside this room, we can do, you can talk normally, just not in this room with them.
Alright, so I guess create food and water,
Okay.
food and water, and we feed them.
Yes.
Okay. Sounds good.
I think I'm gonna have everyone call me Tic Tac.
Heck.
Named after the famous chain stores all around the world.
Yes. I admire that guy.
So I guess afterwards we decide on who's gonna take watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
First watch.
I go first.
I'll take first.
Okay.
One of you will need
I'll
to
do
watch.
Shaco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do second with you.
Okay.
Third,
I'll take that.
All right.
then Nyx can sleep. Sleep off all that poison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was only
Although-
the bear that got poisoned,
Yeah.
to be fair.
I mean, at the moment, I still have temporary hit points.
Oh, do they go away after we sleep long rest?
We don't know. We don't know.
We don't know.
Maybe.
Right now, I have 18 extra hit points.
Alright.
Okay.
All right. So first watch.
All right, first watch. I got +5.
So now here's the
What do you got?
question:
But
Where
One
are
of
you?
us-
Where are you keeping watch?
one of us has to keep an eye on the
One of us should
prisoners.
probably keep watch at the entrance, and
That's
one
what
of
I
us
was
should keep
thinking.
watch on the prisoners.
Yeah.
In which case, you will have to make separate rolls.
Yes.
Okay.
That's fine.
And now, which one of you is where?
I'll watch the prisoners.
Okay, I'll be at the front.
I think it's
Oh,
I
that's
don't think I trust Meyer to watch the prisoners.
it's a 14.
14. Okay.
Let's see. 16.
16. Okay. Let me do a little bit of rolling on my own. Here, where'd you go? Really, where did you go? Where'd you go? Okay.
Hey Keith,
Yeah.
how heavy were those doors at the entrance?
Not super heavy.
Light enough that I could close them with Mage Hand.
Not that light.
not fast things.
Didn't-
What about
You could walk
Or
across
you
the
just
top,
walk
maybe.
across.
Close them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What about
Well,
2 mage heads?
Right after we start setting up camp, I'll just go over and walk across the top and close them.
Okay.
So then we don't have to worry about that. We can just 2 people can watch prisoners.
Well, no, we'll still want someone
Yeah,
by
still
the
need
door
somebody
in
to
case
watch it.
something or someone discovers us.
Yeah.
But it makes it a lot less suspicious.
Okay.
Wasn't my door closed yesterday?
Echo.
And let me see these guys. Where'd they go?
Hey Keith,
Yes.
did the wizards have spell books with them?
Ah.
They did.
Can I has?
Give me a second.
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Yay.
Oh jeez, if there's a whole bunch of wizards.
Do
in town-
you have it? Do you have any ability? Do you have any of the inks and paper left?
I think. I mean, I know he gave me enough to get through the stuff that he had.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Was there extra in there? I think you just told me that there was enough.
I think there was 7 spells worth of level 2 spells.
Okay.
So whatever that equates to, I don't know what's left.
It's probably. It's probably that took most of it. But can I just like steal their book?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna steal their
Start
books.
studying it.
Yeah, and
Okay.
start studying
If
their
there's
stuff.
Anything that might be worthwhile.
Okay.
Did they have any paper to write down new spells?
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah.
Just tear the
The
pages out.
spell books can't be full, right? Right?
It's not the way that works.
Just unsue the binding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
rip
okay.
it
I'll
out.
just take the book.
Okay.
Uh,
We'll come back around to that.
okay.
All right. So, Bright,
Yes.
your prisoners are mostly well behaved
Okay.
overnight. While you're companions in the room are bedded down and sleeping. You do see your sister sort of standing
good.
between the mages, just sort of looking back and forth at them.
Also,
She doesn't say
watch.
anything. She's just standing there watching them.
Okay.
What was your perception?
14.
14? You do hear... Now, you're standing inside the shrine.
Yes.
Gideon has closed the door, so
Yeah.
you're not actually able to see much of anything.
Just make sure nobody's coming in.
You do hear at one point during the watch the sound that you have learned to associate with kobolds, sort of a yipping kind of chattering back and forth, and they approach the doors to the shrine, or they approach the outside of the shrine, and they pause momentarily and things go quiet as though they're listening and watching. And then after just a very, like, no more than a minute, you hear them start up yipping again as they move past and pass on.
Waiting for Dinner to come back out of the hole.
Okay.
And then as you turn to go
Yep.
back to, because the watch is over and done, you
Oh dear.
catch sort of a movement out of the corner of your eye,
Oh dear.
Good job, Spoof. You said the name.
and the door sort of eases open, and you don't see anything but a faint glow as of moonlight.
Oh.
And then it fades,
Oh dear.
leaving the door slightly ajar.
Oh dear.
Someone's keeping tabs. Okay. Not much I could do right now, so.
Okay.
Mage hand, grab that.
All right. So you
No,
go back.
it disappeared. So
Yeah, it faded
yeah,
away.
it fades away. So okay, I am going to kind of look at my own and just kind of look over it.
You're not in the moonlight, so it is not glowing.
That is true. Okay. Ooh. I know what I want to do, but I shouldn't.
Good character.
I'm gonna let it go for now.
Okay.
I'm gonna let it go.
All right. All right. So you're going back to
So going back to watch.
going back. Well, that was
That was the
at
end.
the
That was
end of the
okay. Yeah,
watch,
that was it.
So
So yeah,
you're gonna go back to your friends.
yeah.
All right. What are you going to report?
All right. Who's on the second watch?
Me.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna relay. Elish. Someone kind of pushed on the door. Took a little look around, but didn't really come in or anything like that. So I'm just saying it's just slightly open.
You know who or what it was?
I'm not sure who it was.
Insight.
Oh come on!
Oh, that's a good insight check too.
Oh, well, my deception.
That would be a 21.
Oh.
18.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah.
Wah. So he's hiding something.
You smell like a fibber.
I mean, I could always use the mask to find out what you're lying about. So if you want to share with us that knowledge.
Yes, you should
So-
just share with us this knowledge.
It's not important. I know I didn't get a good look, so it might have been him.
Who?
Say his name. I dare you.
Voldemort!
He who must not be named.
Voldemort.
Like I said, I didn't get a good look, and it just kind of disappeared after a brief moment. So it might have been my uncle,
But it kept the door open.
just slightly, just slightly.
Did it disappear into the door or out of the door?
It just faded away. I don't know.
Balls.
But I-
dear.
I think for now we should just keep this to ourselves. Don't look at me in that tone. Got something up your nose?
You reek.
From Sploof. That's a.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know it's been a while since I took a bath.
Since the waterfall.
Yeah.
You smell of lies and fear. Very well. I suppose we'll keep extra eyes open for he who must not be named.
Yeah, apparently.
Fine.
Fine.
Thank you for telling us.
So between the two of you, which one of you is doing what?
I'll do front door.
Okay. I'll take the prisoners.
Okay.
As I head to the front door, I'm just gonna pat Spoof's head. Thanks for helping me with Meyer.
I look at you, and I hug your waist.
Oh. We didn't have to go there.
Get it off.
I like you, Elias.
There you go. I'll go to the front door to watch it.
Okay. Perception checks.
At a 15.
15.
I'll have my crossbow ready. No, am I? No. No.
Which
Yeah, well,
way do we go?
That's not bad. Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20.
Nice.
Oh, okay. About halfway through the watch, the prisoners, they start lightly snoring, as though they've fallen asleep.
Go about picking my teeth and my toes.
Okay.
Sometimes probably picking them with each other.
Yeah.
Standard watch practice.
Say,
I'm still watching.
Yeah. Beyond that, there are a couple of spiders, one in each corner of the room that are building webs. Just small, little, teeny tiny standard spiders. Nothing big. You hear what sounds like maybe a reptile of some kind, maybe a snake or a lizard or something, rasping over the stones somewhere down one of the hallways, but it never shows itself.
Does it seem like any of this would be out of place?
No,
Okay.
no, not at all. Elias,
Hmm.
you do hear, off in the distance, sort of the roar of the T-Rex,
Mhm.
and then you hear sort of the whoosh of displaced air and a thud as it lands right outside the shrine, and you kind of catch it sniffing around.
Just scoot over to the side.
And then you hear sort of tearing, ripping as it seems to be digging in the ground,
Oh no, it has a burrow speed.
and
Or
then
trying to
and
get
then
the-
then you
trying to get
hear
to
sort
Bunny.
of listening carefully. You can hear sort of an impact of something, and the T-Rex roars in agony, and you hear the poof of displaced air as it disappears.
I
Whoa.
got poked.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
both.
We caught it.
Yep.
Well, I don't want to meet whatever that was.
It was probably the.
We're gonna open the
Mirage.
doors in the morning, and that bunny thing is just gonna be there waiting.
Yes.
It's
I
the,
hope it's on our side.
the bunny with fangs like
Yeah.
It's the
Monty
killer
Python.
rabbit.
Beyond that, you don't hear anything else. Now, you do see that the door is slightly ajar,
Oh, killer rabbit, yeah.
I like to make it too.
but not enough to really see from where you are. There's not really enough to see out. Just
Right.
you can see that it's slightly ajar.
Bunny.
Bunny.
So, into the watch, back to the room. Third watch.
I assume you want to watch the prisoners.
perhaps, yeah.
I let you know about the cracked door and what Meyer said.
Oh, trust
So that
betrayed.
his uncle's been watching us.
Yeah.
That's
You
why I
might
don't
want
tell you
to,
guys things.
loosen their hands for a little bit, and then bind those and loosen their legs for a little bit. All right, have fun.
Thanks.
Unnatural 20 at the door.
Natural 20. Okay.
18 plus 9 is going to be 28.
28.
Goodness.
Okay. The prisoners are sleeping, and not like soundly, because bound on stone, it's a little bit uncomfortable. But they are getting what rest they can, sort of off to themselves in the corner. You can hear sort of the ticking of the stone as it cools off in the night. It radiates the heat out that it had soaked up during the day. A little bit of the small animals in the space that have sort of made a home here. Kind of like what Sploof heard, but nothing too terribly that catches your eye, or ear, I should say.
During that time, I would also like to say a prayer to Kellamore.
Okay.
And say I am conflicted because leaving these men here, these folks here, likely means that they're dead, and that would be at our hands. I do not necessarily ask what to do, as I understand that it's not necessarily your. Is not necessarily something that you would normally intercede in, but I do feel badly potentially leaving these folks who have done nothing but defend themselves to die.
Okay. You're not really expecting an answer, and so you really don't get one.
Yeah, it's not really Kellambore's thing.
But it's out there.
Yeah, and I sort of loosen their bonds a little bit.
You're gentle enough that it doesn't really wake them or stir them out of their slumber. And yours was an unnatural 20, you said? Okay. At various points during your watch, you hear the sounds of the jungle outside the shrine. Wildlife, the nocturnal wildlife, creeping through the city. You hear the soft padding of something that just from your ear sounds vaguely cat-like. So hard to tell if it was one of the tabaxi perhaps, or some other form of jungle cat in the ruins. You do hear the quiet sort of snake-like hissing of a Yuan-Ti patrol as it passes by, but it passes right by without seeming to notice that the door is slightly ajar. you hear on the wind, or you hear the wind blowing through the ruins, sort of whistling through and around the corners and carrying a faint hint of brimstone from the southern part of the city. And beyond that, it's a quiet night.
All right, when my watch is over, I'll head back in.
Okay. And that's about morning time, and that's about where.
We
Ooh, I
bed
thought-
down at noon.
Yeah, I thought
Oh,
we bedded down
okay.
at noon
Oh,
so we
sorry.
could travel in the
Okay.
night.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's sorry.
It's all good.
It's about nighttime.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's become about nighttime at this point.
I will wake Bright up first,
Okay.
and then I'll go over and quietly tell Clara, like, if you want to feed him breakfast, essentially, we can have Bright cast silence, and then we can pack up and go.
I could also do this thing.
Either way, whoever wants to use their spell slots.
Okay. You have 7?
I did.
Well, I can, but
It's up to you, of course.
and you can save your spell slots.
In that case, then I will sort of gently and as unobtrusively as possible, so staying to extremities, wake them.
Okay.
Good evening. We're going to give you some food now. It is not quite night time yet, but perhaps a dinner will do you well. I'm going to please remember. I'm not actually going to undo their blindfolds though.
Okay.
Please do remember our deal. It is important that you do not cast any spells. And then I'm going to go ahead and give them. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and give them both the remainder of the food that I cast earlier.
Okay. And they take it and eat it,
They are
and neither of them says a word.
They're gagged, blindfolded, and tied.
Okay.
Who's casting silence?
I can. Yeah,
It's up to you.
I can. It's not a big deal. I mean, I only have 2 second level spells, so.
Fair enough.
So,
Might as well
Why don't
use
I-
one.
so I might as well,
Or
Like you only have 2 second level spell slots or 2 second
I-
level spells?
I only have 2 second level spells and also only 2 second level
Oh, then
spell
let,
slots, so
go ahead and let me cast it then.
Yeah.
I've
Okay.
got more than that.
that's fine.
so once silence is cast, I'm gonna go untie their bonds like we're loosening them to let the circulation flow, and I'm gonna retie them, and I'm purposely gonna tie them just loose enough that if they work at it for a good little while, they'll
Okay.
eventually get them loose.
Okay.
Without slitting their wrists.
Yeah, and then wake everybody up and get us moving.
I'm going to go ahead and just leave some rations.
Okay. Easily done.
Do you want to leave your comfortable pouches?
No.
Oh no. No, no.
No.
They can find their stuff again.
Okay.
Along with the spell books.
I'll
If,
keep
if
them.
they make it out of here and they don't have those, they'll have to head back to camp first.
I mean, that's likely where they would go anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
but-
Okay. So you guys head out.
Same way we got in.
Ferry
Yep.
each
Yeah.
other across the tiles and make
Are
your
you
way
sure
out.
none of you want to learn how to tightrope?
I don't think this
Still
is the
pretty
time.
sure that's how you
As,
died.
as I'm walking across the ceiling, no, I'm pretty sure this is better.
Yes, but now's not the time.
Yes, I would like to learn, of course, but I don't think this would be the time to do so.
I
Let's
will happily
let's
learn
practice
later.
over the giant poison dart trap.
Why not?
Good incentive
Motivation,
to not
right?
fall.
Yeah, good incentive to not fall. Exactly.
It's
I
motivation.
feel as though now I
You know-
understand a lot of the circumstances around your death better.
We're not going to talk about that.
I still like you.
One has nothing to do with the other.
Still an excellent minion.
So, do you take the time to do any sort of tightrope, or how are
Yeah, I'll
you?
do a tightrope. Yeah.
Slackline.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
I'll. Yeah, I'll
While
do it.
Bright's doing this, I'm gonna walk on the ceiling right above her, so if she starts to fall, I can just grab her
I have
before she hits the ground.
I have pretty good acrobatics. So.
Apparently not good enough to avoid dying.
One
Well,
time.
that was
I
one
died
time.
We
It was,
we don't need
there
to,
was a mistake.
we don't need to take any chances.
So before Bright dies,
I'm
we
not
see,
gonna
when I
die.
go out when I get ferried over, do I see the damage the T-Rex did to the ground?
Yes.
Okay.
It is quite obvious that parts of the cobblestone have been
So we are here.
pulled up as the
50 feet?
T-Rex was trying to get into the burrow.
Yeah.
The Almirage is
So
nowhere
yeah,
to be
all
seen.
that to look around. We got all of this to look around.
Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure that's
So as you're crossing your slack
Okay.
line, you get about halfway across and you look over your shoulder, and Giggles is there, walking across your slack line on his hands.
Okay. Show off.
This is fun.
Meanwhile, the other one.
Isn't it though?
Meanwhile, the other one has a saw and the saw is
Oh my gosh. Isn't it though, Giggles?
So you all hear that.
So from above you, who are you talking to?
What?
Eyes of the grave.
Sorry, what?
You just said it. You
There's-
just called
there
someone
is
Giggles.
a spirit on the slack line behind her.
No, I
It
was
seems
just
to be
No, I
Upside
heard
down.
you.
yeah. I was just saying we should all be giggling.
as
Right.
he
No.
becomes aware that you see it.
Can I roll deception?
Sure, you can roll whatever you want.
For what that's worth.
Let's see.
She hasn't jumped into any of the trees that we've seen.
Not that we've seen. She's
14.
pretty stealthy though.
14.
I don't think she has mad monkey disease.
So what'd you get?
She does
14.
17 inside.
I believe Clara.
Yeah, so she's
Yep. Surprise, surprise.
not. Your friend's capable of interest in acrobatics. It is impressive.
Yes.
Oh, what did you see?
I mean, and I'll try to demonstrate.
Oh dear.
Just on the floor.
I was about to say, hopefully not on the slack line.
No, like just on the ground outside. I'm gonna try to like handstand. It's not gonna work.
yeah.
Show she's being
Do you
haunted by
want,
a ghost.
Clara, I could teach you how to handstand if you would like.
I don't. Again, I would enjoy this, but I don't think this is the time.
Time and place.
We can practice.
Perhaps then in camp tomorrow night,
Okay.
or whenever we
Well,
end
try
up
to
making camp
remember
again.
what the word
because it's
is.
night.
We're going to illustrate that she's seeing a ghost.
Oh, I thought that was pretty obvious to everyone by this point. That she sees things.
But not to me.
Oh, yeah, no, she sees things.
You know,
Oh.
mad monkey disease, all that stuff.
No, I'm perfectly healthy.
She is healthy, yes.
Yet she's seeing
But she sees things that aren't there.
I see things
I
that
see.
are not there, or that are there, but perhaps not visible to the average eye.
Yes.
So then what is she seeing?
I've heard stuff
same thing
before,
with us.
right? I never saw it, but I.
You heard her side of the conversation.
Yes.
One side.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
But I like
Well, that
you
was explained,
confirmed.
yeah.
Yeah, you explained to me.
Right, so apparently she sees things that maybe are there.
I mean, they're pretty clearly there.
As a ghost slayer, do I know any rituals, charms
Oh no, you're gonna
Concoction.
slay her
Oh
ghosts.
gosh,
that
no!
could ward her from seeing such
You going to
things?
exercise with friends?
No,
Really?
Okay.
I wouldn't
But if you
accept
see
it
them,
anyway.
you can stab them with your sword.
Yep.
Or in this case, your maul. But, you know.
Did you mask a lot of
Stab
you see
with them all.
ghosts?
No.
This, and you wonder why I don't like you.
Ouch.
I thought it was
Not
because he
loud.
was socially awkward.
Oh.
This probably
What?
was not out loud.
Yeah.
I'm not socially awkward.
I mean, yeah.
Yes, you are.
Deception roll.
That's
Yeah.
really awkward.
Nope.
Okay.
No, you're
He's
not.
convinced.
You have many
Let's
charms,
see.
but
Yeah,
Perhaps that is not one.
okay. No, I think you're just rude.
Haha, that's it.
I
Yeah, I think that's the one.
I like you both.
I am not a rude person. Everyone I knew growing up was not
I
rude.
disagree.
Everyone here's such a lovely place.
That explains so much.
Yup. You must be the first good thing that happened to that city in a long time.
Well, there's a group of adventurers that went through. And they stopped the plague, at least the plague doctor.
But now there is a permanent breeze.
Also, I stopped the plague doctor by nailing his body to the side of a
They
wall.
stopped the plague doctors who were plaguing the city. And they sent a whole bunch of clerics and paladins to fight the plague
that's right.
itself.
Don't mention the plague doctor. He'll get you.
Is that
Oh,
like
is
one
that
of
like
those
Mars?
like?
Be named as well?
No,
Those
just
things
ghost
you don't
stories.
say
We
in
were
a
told as
mirror.
children to stay indoors.
Oh, makes sense.
Well, I suppose
Off we go.
We should be off.
Shall.
So we're stealthing again.
So
Yes.
In the dark.
heading more south.
I
Sure.
suppose
Who
so.
doesn't have dark vision?
Is this?
No one. We
Keith,
all
are
have
you-
dark vision, unless of
Are
course
we
you
wanting
don't.
to keep
I
going?
Yeah, no, we all have dark vision.
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay.
Oh, does your sister?
Oh, no.
No.
No, she does not. Unless
Oh, yeah.
unless she's a warlock and I don't know about it,
Nope.
which is entirely possible.
I keep forgetting she's with us.
What about?
So it's-
So which direction are you guys going?
Yeah, so
Head south.
South.
Yeah, south again.
All right. Are you sticking to the alleyways or are you going by the causeway?
Alleyways, I assume.
Alleyways.
Causeway,
Yeah.
I think that's a real bad idea.
Yeah.
If we can avoid this.
Okay.
Alleyways.
So alleyways.
Not gonna chase waterfalls.
All right. So you guys are march. Go ahead and give me the group stealth check, please.
Oh boy.
oh RNG gods.
14.
Be kind.
I'm gonna burn an inspiration
Oh,
because
you were
that was a
Oh,
Ooh.
I'm gonna go through all of my
That's
inspirations.
much
The bad
better.
one?
Stealth.
Oh, yeah.
that's a 10.
18.
17.
14.
17.
22.
It only took me 3 inspiration to get there.
All right. You guys are actually being fairly quiet, fairly stealthy.
Well, this is unusual for us.
Yeah.
It is. You do see you pause in the shadows of one of the buildings as a patrol of kobolds wanders by in front of you and goes splashing into the water that's off to your left. And then looming out of the darkness are two massive mounds of vegetation.
What?
We're gonna be attacked by
Aye.
plants again.
And we're gonna leave it there.
Those
Where
again.
did they attack?
Not
They
those,
haven't
those are
attacked
different.
us
Where
yet.
did they attack us? Where did they attack us?
Are you thinking Champlain?
Shambling now.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Alright, so everybody, just
So
so everyone
hungry.
is aware,
Okay,
we will
hold on.
shortly be having a baby.
Where?
Yay! Will not be back for a week or two at least.
At
Yeah,
least.
yeah, that's,
longer.
yeah, probably longer.
I would say like a month at least.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, so we'll
But D&D.
I mean, honestly, what's more
We-
important,
we
your
will obviously-
child or our game?
we will make
If I was
allowances.
still here, I would totally take baby D.
We will
I would take baby
make
D.
allowances for you guys, and we will come up with some alternate programming for you guys. While we will be short a couple
We could do
of
Brady's one
players.
We
We do
can
have a couple
finish
one shots to get
Braden's
back
one
around
shot.
to.
Finally
Braden's got
finish.
one to finish up. And we will we'll let you guys know sort of what the plan is. So stay tuned. We are going to be on a little bit of a break, a little bit of a hiatus, but we will be coming back and we will be finishing up the Tomb of Annihilation. I promise we still have a lot to get through.
And we still will be here on Tuesdays. We'll just be
We
doing
will
something
we will be here
different
on
while we
Tuesdays,
wait.
regular
Yeah.
time, 6:00 Mountain Time. We'll just have some alternate stuff going for you guys while the youngin is getting here.
Yay!
The youngin should be here in less than a week. Or
Woohoo!
someone's gonna be dead.
Meanwhile, this is just this will serve as a friendly reminder that we do have our YouTube channel. You can catch all of our back episodes there. You can if you haven't been with us the whole time, you can go back and watch everything. We do also have some alternate series that we're working on. Key one of those is our Cover Your Assets series, where we create custom content for Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. We've also got the one shot, and we'll be adding to that, and a couple other things coming down the pike as well. This will also serve as a little bit of a plug for our Discord server, where you can find information on some of the other streamers that are here, part of our little group. Kyrie and Danny both do creative streaming, and Nate does retro gaming. Braden does some of his stuff.
Whatever
there
his
as
stuff
well.
is.
Whatever his stuff is.
Whatever it
he's
is, it's hilarious,
Still kind
guys. I just
of
watch
working
it.
through that. Plus, we've got the in-character tavern down towards the bottom. The I don't remember, the Hag's Master, I think we called it. So bring in any of your role-playing characters to interact in person with any others that happen to be there. A lot of fun, a lot of good times. We will look forward to seeing you guys next time. We will be back next week, just not in this campaign. And we will see how you guys. We'll see how it goes going forward, and get back on track as soon as we possibly can. And apparently, I can no longer talk. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. We hope you had a good time, and remember, if you've got a hammer, everything looks like a glass house. Good night, everybody.
Grab your balls.
Bye.